Hello and welcome to the Kobold Cafe, where we are playing Upsilon Transcending in GURPS 4th edition and Roll 20. I am Luke the GM, and we have Tara.
I am first, and I play Lily. She is not drunk on a holiday for once.
Nice. We've got James.
Hey, I'm James. I play Sigrid Berserker, and she's off doing a thing.
Doing a thing. We've got Lee.
Hey, I'm Lee. I play Audrey/Violet, and they're off not doing a thing.
Don't do them things. We've got Jared.
Hey, I'm Jared. I play Matthias Oberlin. He recently made some friends with some human supremacists.
Human Supremacy. We've got Everoth, who's forgotten that he's on push to talk already.
Yes, I forgot again that I was on push start. Hello, I will be playing for you Lucius 2D Lockhart, your detective in training.
Get to training. And finally, we have got Colin.
Hi, I'm Colin. I play Guy, the time-traveling gunman.
Time traveling gunman. Alright, we'll go with that instead of Baldy. Last time, you were having a bit of a barbecue. Last day before the week of festivities / terror attacks that you know are coming. Make a tradition out of it. And some freak were climbing your building. Started a fight with Sigrid, but as soon as Sigrid actually managed to bash him, he just disappeared. Like, popped like a bubble. That were very strange. At the same time, you had noticed another reverse smoke column, which you are suspecting is Americans doing time travel bullshit. You investigated and saw that it was the source of the backwards smoke column was a sinkhole just a couple blocks over from the Human Empowerment League's church that they're operating out of. You followed a couple of them there, questioned a couple of them that were there, but they weren't getting up much. Tracked them back to a drinking establishment called the Fisheries Guild Working Men's Club that turned out to be a union-run bar of the biggest fishing organisation on the island, workers' organisation.
Pretty chill, blue-collar place.
Yeah, what about my blue collar? It was hosting a meeting of what seemed to be the higher-ups of the Human Empowerment League, though. They were all huddled round a big notebook that seemed to be full of plans. It may as well have had, like, secret plans written on it. And when Sigrid caused a distraction in a bikini, Lucius ran away with it.
An owl helped.
An owl helped. Oh, yeah, an owl helped. He's an house owl now.
An ouse howl?
An ouse howl. Words come natural to me. Smith them together like pretzels.
Like a wordsmith.
Aye. There was... What the hell? Dean's being weird in my hallway. Stop distracting me, Dean. There were two people at the back door that had
Who got
strange
murdered?
devices. Yeah, one of them got murdered, the other got just shot a bit. And you made contact with Garth, I believe it was. And he picks you up with this shot guy for interrogation and took you to an off-sea... a coastal platform of some type that is invisible to you. Not-
invisible to you.
Invisible to you, not to Sigrid. Sigrid can see it, because the reason it's invisible is chemicals supplemented into your diet by Nirvana State that Sigrid metabolizes too fast for him to actually work on her.
That's right.
Yeah, that were disjointed. It about catches us up.
And Ev's got his hands on the notebook.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't give that to anyone.
No, Lucius is guard at the moment, though. So we should probably look at, I think, was it Yi and Sigrid both stayed to observe this interrogation? Maybe participate in it?
Correct. Although I
Yep.
don't think he is really keen on participation.
Yeah, there's not much participation to be done, it seems, when you get down to it. This guy is sedated, and they put it's like a motorcycle helmet, but with several large cables coming out of it and into computers. He's essentially on a hospital bed while they put that over his head. And then someone starts running programs, they say. And they start getting printouts. Sorry, that cat is just sprinting up and down stairs. It's because I stole his place. He thinks this is his chair.
It is his chair. He's a cat. It's his.
No,
Oh,
mate.
it is.
This chair's like twice as old as I am. 5 times as old as he is. Anyways, I'm getting a bit lost here. So, it's
Old cat, old human.
it's a big old facility, this place. There is a lot of staff on hand.
Okay.
Several of them are clearly metahumans. In fact, the person who's operating the machine that gets hooked up to this guy you brought in is all blobby and slimy. Really tall and lanky, but just dripping everywhere constantly.
So I almost feel like when this starts, Sigrid realizes like this is not the kind of questioning she thought it was going to be, and gets bored, and she tries to like wander off.
Yeah, Garth would let you. he's
Okay.
he's just like smoking a big old stogie or something, and he's like, don't get too lost.
I think she's gonna start looking for like an armory or something.
Yeah, you wander in them corridors for a bit, and then you just you find that delicious sound of gunfire, and you follow it to a shooting range next to a small armory, where some people are taking pot shots down line at some targets.
Okay. Yeah, Sigrid like steps into the room.
Guys shooting, carry on. Don't turn around and notice you even, but there is someone sat at a desk in there who looks up at you and kind of double takes about 4 times over.
Okay.
And then just smiles questioningly, like, you need some help?
You're still in the bikini, aren't you?
Probably yes.
Yeah, you probably are.
I want to shoot.
Okay. He stands up and, like, looks around again. One of the guys has emptied his magazine and he turns around and he's watching you now as well. And the person from behind desk unlocks the cage area. It's like, what are you wanting to shoot?
What do they got in the cage?
He gestures across. There's a huge long line of various types of rifles and submachine guns, pistols. Give me a
Sigrid finds just whatever is the biggest thing.
biggest gun. That one.
Yeah.
Okay. He like
They happen to have an old Mauser tank gewehr there.
it's probably more like some kind of modified Barrett or something. 50 caliber sniper rifle.
Okay, yeah.
Somebody put a t-shirt cannon up there as a joke. It happens to be the biggest.
Yeah, what just something big and cumbersome and heavy. I'm sure there's something.
Oh yeah, there's plenty.
Yeah, grab that.
They get you set up on range, pass you your hearing protection goggles. And then they tap the rules of the range sign that's in your booth.
Read it.
Never point gun at own face. You break it, you
Yeah,
bought
yeah.
it, stuff like that.
I know the range rules. Been to a few.
No shirt, no shoes, no problem.
Yeah. But yeah, no, Sigurd will like pick it up and she'll start shooting.
Okay, here's a guns check. Rifle. Long arm.
Any unfamiliarity penalty?
Yeah, probably.
And tech level penalty.
Yeah, definitely. It's like
What's the tech level?
it'd probably be a TL9 one.
Oh, so that's just a -1 then.
Yeah, not too bad. Kind of make it on the nose. It'd have great scope. I'm guessing you aimed.
Yeah, yeah.
You
I
hit-
mean, we don't need to do the whole thing. I was thinking more just like she walks in, she grabs something big and impresses everybody by carrying it over.
Uh-huh. So, like,
Starts practicing.
10 minutes after Sigrid walked out, blob guy operating the machine turns and says to you and Garth, "Oh, it's done. We got everything. What did you want to know?"
I'll look at Garth and give him the go-ahead.
Who the hell are these guys? And Blobman will start to explain, I suppose. So, this person in particular is a member of the Human Empowerment League. He joined 2 years ago. He's a fisherman, has been all his working life, and his dad were as well before him. And he had noticed and did not feel politically represented in his area accurately. And he also felt growing fear against metahumans, as did many others in his group. And they have begun to arm up because they see that a war is coming imminently, most of them. The leader...
Have they had any... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Go on. You go ahead.
Mailman just came. Have they had any contact with the Americans?
Not directly, no. That you're aware of, that he's aware of. It's that explosion that you're interested in, right? Because you think that were Americans. And Garth points that out and he said, What did you know about that? He only got told it in passing, but they seem to think that it was Surf that did that explosion. And they also think that Sigrid and Lily Dunning are involved.
They were excited about it, and they were excited that it was science instead of meta stuff.
The people that were watching it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, shit, they were at the time, weren't they?
Yeah.
That's me fucking up. Yeah, I've changed my story since then.
Okay.
I should try and synthesize these two stories I've written. Okay, the people that were in that explosion did not know exactly what it was. Yeah, that was... I fucked up last week. I am sorry about that.
Please hold while my client gets his story straight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, those guys did not know what it were. They didn't know at all. The two that you questioned, they wouldn't have been able to give you definitive answers like that. They would have just been shitting the pants and trying to get away from you.
Fair enough.
Yeah, they'd have been very suspicious. They wouldn't have told you why they were actually there. Even though you recognize them as being part of it. It's just been like, we were just hanging out. We got caught in a blast. Leave us alone. Flee. And yeah, I think that's my new straight story. I'll stick with that one from now on, I promise. So, after that got back to the leaders, and just before you shot this guy, it got disseminated to him that a storage location where they keep in helm suits has been hit, probably by surf, probably as a retaliation for that idiot who attacked Dunning Medical.
Right.
Okay, very sorry about last week.
It's fine.
I have had time to think about this situation a bit more and plan myself a bit more. Not that I didn't have time before, I just didn't do it because I'm lazy. That high-tech gun thing that he pointed at you,
Yeah.
that is some kind of, you don't even know, phase disruptor.
I'm actually not going to ask about that where Garth can hear me.
Okay. Good luck with that.
I don't want him to know I've got weird human or weird American technology.
It's not American, I don't think.
No?
No. But these questions aren't being asked directly to the person. He's still kind of out with his helmet thing over his head. And the blob meta who's operating the computers is typing this stuff in and bringing it up for Garth. He explains that he's ran about 6,000 simulations in the past 7 minutes.
Dear gods, destroy this place.
It's currently in standby mode. It seems to have run its course. You just turn the program on, and then it gathers everything, and then it's done. And in this instance, it took about 6,200 simulations.
Oh, all right.
So yeah, if you wanted to ask about that gun specifically, it'd be a case of saying out loud in front of Garth and the blob meta.
Yeah, all right, fine, I'll ask.
And apparently, that thing is some kind of phase disruptor that will fuck a guy up. They've used it on watermelons and turned them into, like, watermelon soda.
very glad that I shot them when I did.
It's apparently made by or designed by the same person that designed that suit.
Oh shit.
He is currently in Mawson's custody, Garth says.
Yes, he is.
I know where they're holding him.
We're gonna have
Marshall's
to
got
ask him
this
about these
place
because
set up.
if there's some way we can put up a defense against them, we need to figure that out quick.
What about those helm suits, Garth will ask. Operator guy. They ain't making more of them, right? Blobman will regret to inform you that they are already making more of them. Apparently they stole some good shit from Dunning Medical, and this guy had been teaching. But according to these torture simulations, it seems like the person who designed that suit and the person who is the current kind of leader of hell don't necessarily agree with each other. It's an interesting dynamic. Garth and this guy will say there's some real gold on the Human Empowerment League's structure. But also they don't care really much. The suits are a problem, obviously, but they're not really his problem. Missing suits are a problem, though, because Mawson definitely didn't do it. There were apparently 6 being stored at the place that got bombed. They've made more than 20. They've got power sources for about 12, and those 6 that were stolen were ones with power sources.
Do they have specific plans for anything during the anniversary?
Not that this guy knows of. They seem to be quite worried about a certain politician. They have a target of ire, and that is Lamar Kipling, who you have met before. Well, not you.
He was sort of involved in like local organizing or something you mentioned, right? Or was he connected to people? Was that the thing?
Lamar Kipling.
Yeah.
He's one of the founders. It was Sigrid that met him. Oh yeah, there he is with his,
Right.
not a fox, that's a dog. I promise you that's a dog that he's with.
I'm pretty sure he remembers Sigrid too.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That
How many
guy
people talk?
is the current politician. And Matthias, you would have actually been talking about this a lot with these guys. Apparently, the below ground blocks in this region, which are home to, like, what they tell you is one of the largest, the densest population of Nirvana, is in these blocks. And yet they're all represented by Lamar Kipling. Is like the catchment area that Lamar Kipling keeps winning doesn't make sense, they tell you. They say that the votes are rigged in this district, and that there is no way
cool.
he should have won the last, like, 3 or 4 times. Mm-hmm.
Sounds reasonable.
And yes, they truly hate that guy, and that was a good topic of slagging off. Like, they hate him. They scared of metahumans. They hate Lamar Kipling. who isn't even a metahuman. But they see him as using metahumans and even humans as well, just as chattel to make money.
One of those corrupt Politburo guys.
Not. Any other specific questions about hell? Anyone should ask, really.
Who's going there?
Garth would tell you all sorts. Well, Sigrid's off shooting guns and getting checked out by horny Garth squads.
Yeah,
Really
I
wants
think at
nothing to
some
do with
point
this.
Sigurd actually wants to switch over to a shotgun and start experimenting with different kind of shells.
They bring you like one of those high-tech Gauss grenade throwers. Just line you up a shit ton of weird shells. There's like a crowd. A crowd has gathered for sure. There's like 20 people outside the shooting range looking through the glass windows.
Yeah, I'm quite sure.
And like people are
But-
applauding. There's people try and show you how to do something. Like someone will come up at one point and they'll be like, "Oh no, you need to get your arm up like that. See?" And you know he puts your arm around you like you're at a pool table, showing you how to hold the gun.
Yeah, maybe like when they lean in and like, just make little comments, about how they should rethink their decision to try this with somebody who can easily, beat the tar out of them.
Gulp. Back off. Mm-hmm. But in answer to your question, I think it's just Guy that's there. Although, no, the mind link got brought down because Audrey
Yeah.
had to focus on things. And also, you'd travelled about 70 kilometres. Just a foot of that. Too far. Brain hurt.
Yeah, but that's all the real questions that I have. It's mostly just about any part that they might play, which I am disappointed to find out that they don't.
Yeah, OOC. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's,
Okay, that's all right. We just have to pivot a little bit.
Okay, Ross.
Silence has racked my brain. I should watch it again, as much as I really don't want to.
The joke is Ross yells pivot a lot while moving a couch.
Ah. You see, I can...
Honestly, it's a lame joke. It's just one that gets referenced a lot, so it's an easy reference.
Oh.
And I just like throwing in the Friends references because people here don't like Friends.
It's dog shit, is why. The universal truth that Friends is shite.
Friends is fun. It was one of my favorite shows when I was in Canada.
Must be a Canada thing, then.
We can get into it later. But
Something about being in Canada makes you like Friends, you poor bastards.
So, does Guy have any more questions?
It
No,
seemed
he
like
does
no.
not have any more questions.
I think
He wanted to know about their ties to the Americans, and it turns out they have no ties to the Americans.
coincidental ties at best. I mean, that this guy knows of as well.
Yeah. All right. So I'll just tell the blob guy, like, okay, get the names and addresses of all of his, friends that are in the group, and Garth here will round them up and extraordinarily rendition them, and I'll walk off.
Garth's like, I don't know about that. They'll schedule you a trip a few hours later to get you back to the island.
in that time frame, can I, me and Malaya, head over to Lucius?
Yeah. In that time frame, I'd figure it's, you know, early hours of the Monday. People are leaving that club as it closes. That club probably doesn't ever close, honestly, actually.
What I think it comes down to is Malaya, Ever, and I. We pieced out pretty much super early, so we have an afternoon to kill. I was hoping to maybe start doing some research on that book.
Did Lucius leave fairly early?
After he got the book, yes, because you had to secure that, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right. So,
Well, he's alone. Could he be able to check it and see what he could find? Or I'm not sure if I did that already.
I don't think he did. I think we were holding off till this week. Can the three of us do research rolls?
yeah, you can give me a research to be reading through it for sure. It contains maps of the island, maps of this area in particular that, you know, they're from.
Could I give you an investigation instead? There is no actual investigation skill, but I made it an expert skill.
Yeah, expert skill investigating. Give me that for sure. I'll take that.
By 5.
Okay, so
I'm no help.
Moral support.
it is a strange book. It seems to be evidence against a crime of sorts, but you're not sure what crime they're trying to prove. They think that Lamar Kipling is doing something politically. They don't know how he's getting as many votes as he is. They've done their own polls the past couple of elections, and they've looked at all sorts of polling numbers and surveys, and Lamar Kipling should not have won these elections, they don't think. They also suspect that he's blackmailing some other politicians. In this book, it almost seems like metahumans are a sideline. They mentioned a few times in these little speeches that have been written down quickly as being a risk. But the main problem that seems to have been tied to them is that metahumans are entitled to much better support services than humans are. Or at least metahuman refugees are entitled to much better support services than human refugees are, regardless of circumstances, they're saying. And that is the major gripe that they've got. So it kind of comes across as from this read through as all very innocent.
Yeah, but then they start bombing and murdering people.
And in fact, you know, pretty convincing, I'd say. Like, if what they've printed off is true, then this Lamar Kipling guy is dodgy as balls, at least, for sure.
Are
I
balls
knew I'd not
dodgy?
like him.
Oh, right, dodgeball.
But it's getting late now. Now that we're all like caught up.
Yeah, that'd be after midnight by then. Everyone's back on the island who weren't. Matthias is stumbling home, bit drunk, muttering about Das Capitalists.
I'm just gonna crash.
Crosh. End up sleeping in bed with Malia, probably.
Yeah.
You don't need a weighted blanket when you got Malia just, like, flopped over you. Just, like, She likes it. It's like hugging a weird balloon. Uh-huh. And everyone will, I figure, wake up a little bit later on Monday, March the 8th.
In the morning, may I make a phone call or two?
Go right ahead.
Can either I have eyes on, find, or call politician girl?
Eyes on. Easier. Call, and you get busy, but you can see that she's not actually on a phone. She must have just got it set to reject incoming calls or something.
Alright.
And she's kind of walking down a street surrounded by aides, it looks like. And yeah, kind of talking to a bunch of them at once about stuff.
Really scary in the 90s.
I knew it
Could
would
we
come in.
have any copies of relevant and actual pages of that book that seem like they actually have something there?
Yeah, you live on the top floor of a building that's got many a copier. I'm sure you could have
Yeah.
took a scan easy.
Alright.
You probably chose some of their maps of all the political catchment zones and like the pages with figures on population for each area and stuff like that.
Are you going with
Okay.
something more extreme or something more easily verifiable?
More easily verifiable. To get the ball rolling kind of thing. Because instead of a bunch of crazy conspiracy theorists, maybe someone who could take down a douchebag in politics.
Yeah.
But yes, just, you know the drill. Bamf.
Bamf. It's like they're like, whoa, and then it's all right, Lily. Like, hello, good morning. Can I help?
Good morning. I have something for you.
Like, thank you. You could just like send it to my office, but thanks.
This is sensitive, and she'll hold out the thing.
Like,
folder.
there's an assistant trying to take it on her behalf.
I'm gonna continue it to her. This is sensitive.
She rolls her eyes
Just
slightly.
insulting that hardworking employee there.
They already don't like me.
That's true.
Like, she likes me, but her employees, her staff hates me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she holds back an eye roll and takes it from you, and she says, I'll make sure, like, I give it a read as soon as I can. It's a busy week, but I'll get to it.
Yeah, about that. You know that sinkhole that happened yesterday?
Yeah?
Well, through various stuff that has been going on, there might be a bomb that goes off there in the next week or so. Just a heads up.
Like, why are you telling me? My
I'm gonna
God.
tell other people, but just,
Like-
you're my connection into the parliament.
Like, what do I need to do? Jesus Christ.
Have that information?
A bomb?
Well, no, technically, maybe a time-traveling missile. It's really complicated.
She frowns. She frowns again. Keeps frowning. Like, maybe just don't tell me about hypothetical time-traveling missiles, please, Lily. Like, I've got a lot on my plate. Definitely tell people about that, but, like, not me. Tell, like, that Jack Mawson guy, or that surf officer Simons.
Oh god, I haven't talked to Simons in forever. Just figured she'd be on your radar.
Like, yeah, thanks. Now it's on my radar. There's a fucking bomb gonna go off, maybe. Time missile.
Time traveling missile. And then she'll wave at the rest of the staff and say, "Alright guys, thanks for all your hard work," and then I'll look at her and go, "Bye," and poof.
Gone.
And then get another copy and then find Simons. Do you need an observation or search?
No, he's in his office.
Right in there.
It's like, fuck's sake, why, Lily? I've got a phone. Points at his phone.
Yeah,
What?
I guess I didn't need relevant copies on this.
What have you done? What have you done?
I haven't done anything. I have information for you.
Yeah, but that usually comes with like a few guys missing limbs and bleeding out somewhere. Where do I need to send the people? He's picking his phone up.
Nowhere, yet.
Putting it back down. Okay, so there's no critical immediate emergency.
No, kinda.
He starts sighing and then he's kinda. What is it, Lily?
There is. So that sinkhole yesterday, right?
Yeah, whatever that was.
It was a reverse time traveling missile.
He goes quiet.
So you see, it imploded inwards. The smoke was going into it, and when it went into the sky, the sound traveled backwards towards it.
He's like thinking, seems to understand what you're saying.
And I don't know this for a fact, but I think the Americans launched it from their quote research ship in the past or future, and I think that missile's gonna come back again once time sorts itself out. So I think we might have missiles attacks maybe happening towards the island.
He's nodding. I see what you're saying. There was another explosion in the bay?
When?
We connected these two events. It was last week. It sank a survey vessel. When the sun rose, there was a column of smoke falling into the bay. Some wreckage. I'm gonna sneeze. Excuse me, says Simons.
Bless you.
And yeah, we tracked it as a meta event. This one too. We figure someone's transcending, but we couldn't pin it down. You're saying this is tech?
Pretty sure. There was that research vessel was doing interdimensional / time travel stuff.
Have you told Mawson about this? Does he know?
I frown. I imagine he knows. He's got other people telling him things, but I figured I would tell the guys on the ground so that way they could actually support rescue, and actually save people's lives if and when it happens.
He's typing on his computer and he brings up that map. There's been some others that have been semi-connected. And he flips his screen and shows you. There's like 7 locations pointed out at the minute.
Can I get a printout of that?
It comes out of his desktop inkjet. printer. Product placement goes here. For your desktop scanner inkjet printer.
Guess I'm at part.
Prints it out in glossy photo paper.
Ooh, fancy.
Like glossy 8x11.
He
Black and
prints
white.
it out in an eight.
Writing all over the back of it.
He does it in like 10 different styles for you to showcase the whole functions of the printer and everything it can do.
Would probably not be in North American printer paper units.
Sometimes,
I was actually quoting a song, but
sometimes the printer at work gets stuck on El Papel Oficio de Mexico. So that's always fun. Trying to stick
Yes.
the Mexican paper in it. Yes.
That reminds me that I should remind Ever that he's on push to talk.
I am not commenting to that.
You're not commenting on my hideous pronunciation of the official Mexican paper. Very good.
So I would like to ask, do I get any information that Lily didn't with my role?
Yeah, that information I gave was the information that you'd gathered, and then Lily's snuck it off and given it to these people.
Okay. Am I able to give that to Morrison?
Yeah, you can definitely give the same to Mawson. You getting in touch with him on Monday morning.
Yeah, I'll go meet
Yeah,
him.
can we just finish the scene real quick and then I'll shut up? Is there
Sorry,
anything else
I
you
didn't
wanted
mean to
say?
interrupt. Go ahead.
Simons, do you have anything else? Or was that it?
You came to me, Lily.
Oh, no, I was just saying.
Thank you for this, though. If these are what you say, then I need to try and evacuate these places. Do you know when this is going to happen?
With the amount of time travel that I've been dealing with in my existence of late, no. I barely understand it.
Fuck. Alright, thanks.
Nod and then say, and hey, maybe we can put that you being a dick to me behind us and work together again. I don't like all this secret bullshit that's happening behind the scenes. But promise to stop being a dick?
He's giving you a really look. Like a really? Me? Promised to stop being a dick to you?
I'm like, I was helping, you kept trying to arrest me. We're licensed now, can we be on the same page?
You kept chopping people up, Lily. But
I didn't beat anyone up. I always told you when something happened. Now, can we promise to be nice to each other? And put all that shit behind us?
I promise to be nice, and we'll put all that shit behind us as long as we're not going out doing illegal things. But you're right, you're fully licensed now. Thanks for this. We might save some lives.
Alright, you're welcome. Have a good holiday with time traveling missiles on your mind. Bye!
You too. Boof.
Alright, now I'm done. Ev, go ahead.
What you got for me, Lucius?
Reverse time traveling missiles hitting said locations and all the information that already Lily gave, so we don't have to say that again.
As soon as you mention Lamar Kipling, he says, "Let me stop you right there, Lucius. This is bullshit."
You care to explain? Yes, as he just lights a cigarette, thinking that this is going to take a while.
Mawson starts to explain. And he does not do a good job of it. I cannot
Just
think
try your best, Morrison.
how I'd do a good job of it. These guys are upset, right? But you got to understand, Lucius, that the Fisheries Guild is the most powerful union in Nirvana. These guys are scared of metahumans. And Kipling, he's one of the founders Obviously, the metapops are always going to vote for him, and he's always going to have the popular vote of the pro-metas. The Fisheries Guild think they're everything in this area, but they're not, they're just a tiny part of it. And they get the fair representation.
They did mention that they just wanted more power and money as well. So this is no all out of the goodness of the heart intention movement. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of personal interest involved.
He's nodding. I don't think the Human Empowerment League is something we need to worry about too much, Lucius. The guy who made them suits, we've got him behind bars. According to him, group's already fractured to fuck. Person is in charge at minute, he says is a complete idiot. And he says isn't doing enough.
What about the... Sorry, didn't thought you were done.
I was just going to say, the person that they've locked up, who attacked Dunning Medical in the suit, he thinks that he should be in charge of hell. But it's this other guy who's too soft and is working this whole economic angle instead of the meta-human angle that's the important one.
Okay. If the leadership is in shambles, what goes for the suits that are already in circulation?
And we're trying to find out where they are. Obviously, he's given us quite a bit already, because he can't help himself with some of the stuff that we're employing against him. But it seems like his friends already moved it. This prick also leaked the designs on the internet. So we're taking that down as fast as we can, but it gets put up about twice as fast as we can do it. So that's out there, and we don't know how many people are already putting it to use.
That can't be good. If it isn't the internet already, the world has a plan spreading all over the countries.
But total,
With one total.
24 of those
Weird.
suits.
It's not that bad.
12 in operation.
To be honest, I agree with you. I think that this is a much more manageable problem than the League of Villains.
He nods. They scare me for sure.
Been around them. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be rough once they show up again.
Were it Matthias that told him that if he released those guys, they'd get whacked? Were it Lily that said that?
I think it was Lily who said that if they got released, they were gonna get killed by the League of Villains.
What? Huh?
The Elephant Brothers.
I have nothing to do with the Elvin brothers. I was gone
What do you
that
mean?
week.
Oh yeah,
Matthias,
you were.
because
Yeah, it must have been
Matthias
Matthias.
went back to the bar.
Sorry,
Yeah.
then.
Mawson will say, should have listened to Matthias. I should have never let those idiots out. I got them killed. That's on me.
Maybe they were smart enough to have a backup plan. I don't know.
Maybe.
They did know they were gonna get whacked, so at least they had some time to do. But anything else you got for me, Morrison? I don't think I don't think I got anything else from this note.
All I can tell you, Lucius, is I don't know how the fuck I'm going to deal with time-traveling Americans with an arsenal that includes missiles. So,
Get me a desk job outside of the camp, and I'll see how I can help you.
he says, all right, you asked for this.
I guess what I'm trying to portray now is that Lucius wants to step away from the field to work at an office, helping Morrison, rather than to keep mortifying Laura.
Yeah. And what Mawson is insinuating is that you just opened yourself up to a whole world of pain. And he's going to put you through the bureaucratic boot camp.
I'm gonna have to take administration, don't I?
Either that or just go private pile on him. Like a full metal ring binder. And then you beat Mawson to death in the head with a ring binder and a 3-0 punch.
But yeah, if you want to move on to another scene with somebody else.
I'm thinking.
Oh, before we do, he's gonna ask. So, do you thought? What do you? Shit. How do you ask that time? What do you have? What did you consider the Arthur suggestion? He's gonna ask Morrison.
That guy's not safe to let out, Lucius. I understand what you saw him do. I've thought about what you said. But he's still too dangerous. The guy's not well. We want to get him help. But it's a complicated situation. He could kill everyone on Nirvana if he wanted to. Without even thinking too hard about it.
Okay. Just to take lives to see if he even tried.
It does seem like he considered what you were saying.
Lucius will nod with cigarette in mouth.
And he is being honest that he thinks Arthur could kill everyone on Nirvana if he wanted to.
He is gonna nod and just close his eyes and then accept his his decision. Sorry, why am I translating so bad today? Go on.
Oh, sure. Translator broken. Cool. We broke Ev.
That was better than broken.
Accented. I met all my IQ rolls, I'm pretty sure. So, it's Monday. Matthias, you'll wake up in your bed.
And then head to school.
There's no school. It's half term.
And then start studying.
You nerd. You absolute nerd. Viking camp's having some kind of full-scale mock battle. That's mech studying. Pretty annoying. Sigrid, you had text reminders about this for weeks now, but obviously you don't want to go to this because it sounds hideous.
I don't know.
I don't think
take
she gets the
something-
concept.
She might take some twisted pleasure in just owning these freaking nerds.
I don't think this poses any kind of challenge and would be no fun at all.
Yeah, no, you go in the bikini and just like push a few nerds over, and then like make one of them cry when you break his nose and feel a bit guilty. And
No, I mean honestly, I just don't think she even shows up for that.
perfect, exactly what I'd have expected. Any scenes that anyone wants in particular? Monday will be fairly plain, aside from what we've just
mean,
seen.
I'm sharing all that stuff with Audrey.
Which stuff?
The
There was a lot.
There was
the
a lot
missile-
just then.
the missile stuff.
So,
Like, you know, how is there 7 spots?
oh yeah, so 7 spots so far that they think might be connected. Yeah, in fact, I presume
Bullshit.
everyone gets told this and caught up by Monday evening, shall we say?
Works for me.
Yeah, works for me.
How
What
did
are they
you?
doing?
Never mind. Go on.
No, that
Go
was a solid question also.
I was going to ask how you deducted that they were time missiles, but it was based on everything, just empirically.
I mean, yeah, there's at that point it's just data.
Yeah. Yep.
And like I could be absolutely wrong, but that is my, that is Lily's deduction.
I mean, even if they aren't missiles, it's indication that somebody's doing something weird there.
Yep. Things shouldn't travel backwards through time.
There's
Yeah.
weirdness, there's explosions, there's destruction, and it all seems to be happening with time travel.
Well, I hope those are the only ones, because, like, that would be great news, right?
Oh, we could defend against it, but at the same time, you know, there could be more coming. Like, those could have been the initial or the last volleys. I don't know. Time shenanigans.
So what are
But-
they doing about it?
They're gonna, have alert crews and stuff on, but, how are you gonna get an operation that's time shenanigans?
I mean, at the very least, I hope they're, like, moving the celebration over a block.
Because where was the celebration again, Luke?
It is taking place all over the city in various, there's going to be street parties, block parties.
But there's got to be, like, a central, like, where the VIPs celebrate place, right?
Correct. And it's going to be on the bay between the central business district and Langdama for the most part.
Okay, so like boats.
Boats, correct. There are going to be they're already
Kind of
there.
where that one missile hit in the bay.
Could you mark down all, like, at least the spots on the actual map?
I can, and I should.
As they continue to chat, Audrey will casually check her boat's insurance policy.
I was also asking for the missiles.
Yeah.
Spots.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing them boats. Oh.
Oh.
Those are just cute little boats. They're doing themselves.
Oh, as you do that, I think also on Monday, Matthias will actually head to that place that Guy went to, where the smoke stuff was, backwards.
Yeah, where the sinkhole was.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. It is still cordoned off, but above ground there is no evidence that anything ever went down there. Other than the police lines.
Okay. Matthias is gonna grab his coin.
Ooh, coin. It's heavy. It's real heavy. Probably weighs like 3 pounds by now, honestly.
Heavier than normal?
Way heavier than normal, yeah.
Okay. Matthias will come back later after dark. Near the tropics, like 7 or something.
Mhm.
Alright. Aye. You'll get back. Before that, though, I just wanted to ask, Guy, do you fill people in on what was learnt from the renditioned dude?
Yes, but I will be very fuzzy on the extent of the torture, both real and virtual.
Gotcha.
Good to hear.
Lily still gives you a disappointed look when you share the information.
Is it reasonable to assume that we meet up at least briefly on Monday evening-ish, early-ish?
I should think so.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So
I feel like we're still mostly all spending a whole bunch of time at the rink as well. So
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So Violet will say, I'm kind of thinking that we might be done with dealing with hell.
With what?
With hell? HEL?
Yeah.
Like, if they want to use those war machines and stuff, like, we'll definitely stop them. But, like, if they're not going to use them, then I don't really care. And, I mean, it kind of looks like the Americans are targeting them too. Like I half want to like just go and warn them that hey, the Americans are probably going to try to pick a fight with you this week. Be ready.
The files are online too. I think that's done. Like, it's just a technology that's out there now.
If you've got the Dunning medical robotic equipment.
Which is disturbingly common here around here.
Oh, I bet you $50 or 50 Nova. My mom's gonna build one of those.
I mean, she's going to have to buy the equipment, but probably.
She's not.
I mean, they stole her reserve of it.
Yeah,
not all of it, but a good portion.
Also, we can manufacture more of it.
Fair.
But anyway, that's a side note. See, right now, I don't think there's a whole hell of a lot we can do other than wait for the shoe to drop. Like, I just don't have anything. I can't think of anything else for us to do about the American bullshit. The only thing we could probably do something about right now is those scaly dudes who dropped the dude off the side of the building. Like, we haven't touched that.
Oh, I think.
How much longer until this is probably gonna happen?
End of the week.
Yeah, you
End
would
of the week?
you would expect it to be on Sunday, so 7 days. 7 days.
Well, I propose we put some more effort into working on ourselves as well. This might be a good week to spend
Montage.
preparing for
Montage.
many options. Yeah, I'm totally proposing something montagey, like
You try to succeed.
maybe.
Yeah, that was my thing of bringing it up too, because I, as a player, and Lily herself, can't think of anything else we could really do to prepare other than working on ourselves and getting stuff ready.
Walk along the razor's edge. Sorry.
It seems like the plan's already been disrupted. Now it's a matter of waiting for it to go off and roll with it.
You disrupted
Yeah.
this plan when you sank the boat, bro.
Exactly. Like
Yeah.
they had a shot. They fired the shot, but they missed. It just hasn't landed yet.
And that shot itself is capable of firing bullets.
Oh yeah.
And some of those bullets contain people. Some of those people have got guns.
Yeah. So I mean, honestly, like I think we spend this week like. Colin, you think you could?
Or
I'm sorry, Guy. Do you think you could work up a plan to like mount some monowire onto some weapons? We might need to hit some armor.
I think that's actually closer to your skill set than mine.
Oh.
I think before we have a look at this montage, Matthias, you've gone back to the scene of the sinkhole after dark on Monday evening.
In costume.
In costume. You wait until there's like no one around.
At that specific spot, yeah.
Okay, yeah, there's people walking past occasionally, but then it goes quiet, and you think you'll have a good 5 minutes or so without anyone but you out on the street.
Alright, Matthias will head into the area, break into it.
Uh-huh, it's just a simple matter of ducking under a barrier or hopping over it. Smooth pavement.
Alright, once he's in the middle, he will take out the coin.
Coin out. Heavy, still. But only when you're holding it. Like, when it goes in your pocket, you don't notice it anymore. You've tried weighing it, I'm sure, already, on the drug dealer's weighing scales who lives down the corridor. and it comes out like a penny should, but you pick it up and it feels way heavier than like your biggest textbook, which is too heavy for the scale. But you've got the coin out. You're in the middle of the area.
All right, Matthias is going to try thinking a lot about what happened here and how it happened, how time was when it happened.
You think good. You good think. You feel something. You kind of feel yourself looking up at the moon, and it's a waxing at the minute, and then when you close your eyes and feel, you see the moon, and it's a few days along in its phase. It's up to half, or whatever you call it.
So it isn't the right moon?
It isn't the right moon.
Okay, it was waning on March 8th, 1999.
Right, yeah, we can actually tell what it was doing.
And the organs influenced by the moon sign are the genitals, anus, urethra, and prostate, according to this bullshit site.
Okay, yeah, so you feel your butthole get a bit hot. Your dick twitches. And yeah.
Yeah, let's try to like embrace that feeling.
The moon you feel is maybe more like the moon you'd expect to see on March 14th, 1999.
Calf, ankle, shin, Achilles.
Yeah, your ankle twitches. Your butthole suddenly goes cool again, and your ankle starts twitching.
Matthias is gonna try defocusing his eyes and starting walking. Open his eyes, walk after defocusing them.
Anywhere in particular?
Forward.
Take a couple of steps. Then someone calls over to you. Hey, a superhero guy, what you doing? You hear me?
Let's quickly check the phone.
Phone.
What day does it say it is?
It still says that it's March 8th, 1999. I see what you were trying to do. No, he did not manage to walk through time. But you have confused a slightly tipsy Scandinavian fellow who's just watching you stumble around in the barrier. It's like, who are you? I follow the message boards. I don't know you. What's your name?
You wouldn't. And Matthias will decide that maybe it's worth talking about with the others, maybe it's not, and leave.
Cape swoosh. I am the bat. I am the knight.
I did think of something I want to do in the between, before actually the next day.
Before the next day. Okay, on Monday still.
The next day, from when we got together and had our little meeting about montage, I do want to do one thing And that's it.
The meeting about the montage. Sigrid motions for a meeting. Hey guys, I think we should have a montage. Go on, sorry.
But I wanted to get find every trustworthy super that I think from the registry that I think is not like scummy or in it for people who actually want to help people, and kidnap them. I mean, ask them politely first, but kidnap them the next day. Someplace private, probably in the middle of Fairy Island.
Is it alright if we take a
And
quick break first?
Yes.
And that is a good quick question from Violet. Did Lucius tell everyone about the mind getting copied?
Or anyone else, like the group that noped out when they heard about the torture? Like, did they then report that there
Or
was torture?
didn't even go to the place where they could help out.
I didn't tell anyone yet. I don't want people fighting again.
And Guy
Or
kept the
really
methods
didn't.
of torture quiet.
Cool. My impression was that nobody had mentioned it, and I'm totally down with that because it sounds like a fun argument to have when it does come up.
Yeah, Lucius did not want to bring it up, and he left you guys, so he's just assuming that you guys stayed and did whatever. So he's
Cool.
really got to be a little bit apart from the group until
No, this
something
is-
is sorted out.
This is extra interesting because there's actually two things here that parties don't know about. Lucius, you know that the crocodile skin guys have been copying brains at their Sensi Den. And also, Guy, Sigrid, and Lily know that Garth is using
Same tech.
full immersion VR shit to torture people.
But yes, we
Right.
can take a quick break and come back to it.
Yeah, we'll be right back
Cool.
in 5 minutes. We're back. So you guys have
I was
consolidated
politely
your
asked-
informations,
oh,
and Lily, you're thinking about politely asking some superheroes something.
For a super meeting. It's for a super meeting. Like I have information that everyone should know, but I would like to tell everyone at once. The trustworthy ones.
How do you want to try and identify the trustworthy ones?
I guess a research role? Ranking?
Have you got current
Uh,
affairs, popular culture, or current affairs, superheroes is even better?
I have pop culture. And I think I did it. With
Damn.
a, crit.
Yeah, typical Terra, always critting at that stupid moment when
I always
she actually
crit
needs
when
to.
It's I always crit when it's something ridiculous and from left field. Whenever it's something like normal important, it's like 15, 14, 18. But whenever it's just a weird specific thing.
Okay, so there's a few superheroes that you'd be interested in rounding up, maybe 7 or 8 of them.
Yeah. I ask politely and say, group meeting, come on, kind of thing.
All right, where, when?
Like in a couple hours, then I'll teleport everyone to Fairy Island, and It's like 2 hours, be ready.
I'll just do a couple of these. Some people are wary. Some people say, sure, this sounds fun. Right on, I'll be there, you'll know me. But some people are just one person. Mostly everyone agrees straight up, like, yeah, this sounds fun, we're in. But one person says, tell me where it is, I'll meet you there.
It's in restricted space, someplace private. I need to get you there. I can get you there.
I can get myself anywhere. Tell me where it is and I'll meet you there.
I mean, I was gonna just pick a random spot on the Fairy Island. So, that beach we went camping on, where probably some of our stuff is still set up.
Well, the wildlife reserve. Smart, gotta say. I like it.
All
Okay.
right, be there in 2 hours.
They nod. They
I'll also invite any of the group here who wants to come. I'm basically gonna fill in the trustworthy ones about, maybe there's gonna be an attack. So we might want to, get all the trustworthy superheroes.
assumed trustworthy superheroes.
Yeah.
You should go to that, Sigrid.
Go without Sigrid, did you say?
No, Violet was suggesting that Sigrid goes in her professional capacity.
PR Violet.
Yeah.
The PR hat goes on Violet and she tells Sigrid to go to work.
Sigurd's still all just sweaty from swinging a hammer getting ready for this thing.
She's been hammering
And-
mono wire. My hammers are
and may-
fucked!
And maybe take a shower before it.
Okay.
Anyone else is welcome too, in our group.
So yeah, Luke, did you want an armory melee weapons from Sigurd?
Yes, please. There's some rolls
Alright.
here that we did in the break of Guy setting up things for mono wire crafting. But let's see if Sigrid can actually attach mono wire to a weapon in a way that'll be useful. Wait, same
Alright,
Vio?
so it's a +2 from your setup, correct?
If we're using the new thing, I think it comes with a +5.
Oh.
I probably haven't had time to set that up yet, so yeah, let's do a +2.
What's your tech level, Sigrid?
For armory melee weapons, it is 9.
Then yeah. There is unfamiliarity, so I'll say a -2 from that, so straight up.
Okay, and then I do want to take time with this.
Yeah, I think it'd be about half a day's work per completed, ready-to-go weapon already.
Alright, so I want to take like 2 days for this first one.
4 times as long. So that'll be a +2. Back to a +2. Success. You managed to add mono wire to a melee weapon.
Probably my shotgun axe.
Shot axe. Ooh, it's even more scary now.
Yeah. It'll be
Shit.
even more scary when I've actually got something to shoot out of it.
I'm sure we've got tiny little pieces of monowire left.
No.
Mono wire garrote rounds, nice.
You will murder your gun.
Mono
Yeah.
Oh,
wire
that's
bowlers.
true.
Yeah.
That is true. Like that
We'll
shit'll
just
bounce
go
around
every
instead of
direction.
barrel.
If you just have two weights in a shot cup,
If you set up a sabot,
yeah, discard
Yeah,
and
actually,
saber.
that's a really good idea.
I'm pretty sure mono wire chain shot is around in Ultratech. I am
Yeah.
I am positive
Almost
it is
certain it is.
statted in Ultratech.
I mean, for what it's
High
worth,
tech also has rules about like making your stuff,
Hmm.
specifically sabots and stuff.
Oh, cool.
oh, nice.
High tech. Every like,
So as well, like now that I assume that now that I've got one out of the way, I can knock the unfamiliarity out.
I'll let you reduce it to only a -1.
Okay. Well, does anybody have any requests for something?
Oh, you got that you want to be an armor divisor 10. Any cutting weapon that you would like to do armor divisor 10?
I've already
God,
got my
no.
garrote. I think I'm good.
my multi-weapon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Multi-weapon.
pretty complex though.
That's okay. Just add that on. Like
Yeah, I mean, I would just
Sigurd was
be
already
adding
gonna
it to
help
the
with
blade.
with the blade, so
Yeah, remove the blade, add mono wire, reattach blade.
In fact, the blade is probably sitting somewhere unattached so far because I'm only about 25% done
Well,
with that thing.
what's better, the monowire or the vibroblade?
Monowire.
You can no. I don't know if you can still do impaling damage when monowire's added, but it doesn't do the divisor 10, or if you can't do impaling damage at all anymore. I'm leaning towards you can't do impaling damage at all anymore.
Which is fine. It's a hockey stick. It's not meant to be impaling.
Mm-hmm. Fair dues. Yeah. I always forget that it's a hockey stick.
Going all Casey Jones.
That'd be cool. So long as the skies can cover that also. That should.
Oh,
be
yeah. Should be fine.
Just don't.
Yeah. Are you gonna have that ready for the
No.
weekend? No. Oh.
No.
That
is a
I will
very massive
absolutely do that,
undertaking.
Violet. But I was talking more for preparation in this week.
Oh, no worries. I misunderstood your offer. Anyways, I thought you were offering to finish weapons.
I don't think I can full on finish it.
Can you at least Swedish it?
Hey,
Yes.
Finland's not
Okay,
real.
but nobody has any requests.
For weapon, not from Lucius. Thank you very much.
Monowire discarded steel pipe.
Monowired playing cards, please.
All right.
Okay, Gambit.
They're not going to explode, you nerd.
I mean, how much of it do you have?
50 meters?
Like,
Not a ton.
Like
I thought you had a shit
was thinking
ton.
like
50 meters.
I had a shit ton, and then I wrapped it around the staircase on the...
Yeah, that's right. It's under the sea. Or it was.
Yeah, so all they have are like the pre-cut lengths that I had when we were originally trying to figure out how to add mono wire edge. So I've got a drawer with just various lengths of mono wire in it. I don't have a spool anymore.
Bye-bye, spool.
Okay. But, like, do you want a knife, Audrey? I could probably whip together a knife. Okay.
Yep.
Just trying to see if anybody needed anything.
No, it's kind of scary stuff.
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely. I was just thinking, be prepared.
I mean, I'm going to try to find some anti-armor rounds.
Okay.
If we run into those kinds of things.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to derail Tara's thing, but
No
meeting?
Meeting. So, who's going from the Scooby squad other than Scooby himself, Sigrid?
Lucius going.
Gotcha. Lily,
Violet's willing to make an appearance, but doesn't feel the need to if you want to save yourself the effort.
I mean, if you wanted... Oh, she can teleport, no problem. The question is Violet's usually there to stop Lily from saying something stupid.
I mean, she's Sigrid's PR rep.
I mean, she's
Tracks
happy,
that she'd
she's
be
happy
more
to
involved.
be there.
Couldn't hurt.
Guy and Matthias?
Nope, I'm not official.
Neither's Matthias. But that doesn't have to stop you showing up at a meeting of superheroes.
Yep, I'm gonna work in the shadows.
How was the meeting advertised? Sorry. This was Tara's. This was Lily's thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, what the hell? In costume, full costume.
Cool. The meeting happens. That person's already there when you teleport the first person, Lily, which is probably Sigrid.
Yeah.
Or Violet.
I mean, I think at this point I can teleport 2 people at a time.
I was reading that, and you can actually only teleport 1 person at a time, regardless of carrying capacity.
Oh, yeah, you have to take extra capacity. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I think affects others is what you need to add on to it. to start warping more than just one other person at a time?
Accidental cheating aside, one person at a time, that's fine.
Yeah, I think we might have warped multiples a few times.
We got pretty good at sort of at the Russian nesting anyways.
Oh, yeah, definitely. That wouldn't have worked. Wouldn't have been able to take Lucius, Maius, and Sigrid all at once. But oh well.
For future reference.
Yep. So this isn't a trap then?
Ugh, she'll say as she teleports away and grabs the next person.
Not only.
This guy. Is he like a Batman emo edgelord type?
Yeah. He was a character in the previous memory that some of us have of this life. I can't remember what he calls himself though.
Raven.
That's so Raven. No, it weren't that. He's got a character sheet, but it'll have stolen artwork as his picture. So I'll get him across in the future though, because he is a cool
We're super
guy.
trying to be better about that. In the
Yeah.
past, if we used your art, sorry.
Yep. Sigrid. Pretty popular. And then, whoop. Violet. The one who works with Sigrid. Don't know her name, though.
Hi, I'm Violet.
Nightwing, or whatever he calls himself. Something like that.
Nice.
I mean, considering Nightwing is a Batman character, which maybe not that, but yeah.
Yeah, probably not that then. Everything's a fucking Batman character.
Look,
I mean, pretty popular.
Batman did it!
Yeah.
not only Batman, but Invincible did it.
Yeah.
Oh, is Nightwing the one in Invincible too, the Batman ripoff?
Yeah, and Nightwing is also one of the companions in one of the Batman's many configurations.
But anyway,
I think that's what Robin
Yes,
becomes.
yes.
edgelord name here.
I think Sigurd's just staring at him.
He's just staring at Sigrid. He's got one of them little bandit masks. And the grease paint, on his eyelids. Stubble.
What?
He smells
kinda-
faintly of whiskey.
Violet looks between the two of them, and kind of a realization comes across her face. Like, you two are actually a lot alike. Weird.
Sigurd just looks over at you and begins to glare, Violet.
I mean, you're both give no shits warriors.
Like nothing like him.
Well,
Is Malia invited to this?
Oh, of course.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Cheese girl shows up. The cheese one. Joke superhero.
Fuck off, man.
You
as I
fucking what,
teleport
mate?
away.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. Anyways, a gang of
Everyone.
a bunch of freaks shows up. Who are you? Matthias, the edgelord, is asking Matthias who he is. Don't recognize you.
I am Rein.
So what is this meeting for? Why have you gathered us here, Lily Dunning?
Well, so throughout our adventures, we've discovered some shit that's gonna be important in the next few days, and I figured it's best to share information with you all so we can minimize damage and save lives.
Like, why us? I've never spoken to you before this morning.
Was that seriously? Who was that?
That weren't Malia. That were,
Okay.
just
Other
some
random-
randomer with a
that's
Nirvana
someone you've
accent.
Another random valley girl.
Yep, it's the Nirvana accent.
Accent, yeah. I have done extensive research, and you all seem the most trustworthy and the least likely to be American spies.
American spies? You think they may be problem? Says,
Oh, we know they problem.
says the hammer.
100% a problem, considering they were the one who launched time-traveling missiles from their research vessel, quotation marks.
Time traveling
took-
missiles.
We should have made slides.
We somewhat recently took down American research vessel.
It was in the news. You guys
Yeah.
did
Warship.
that?
It was a warship.
It was warship. It was not research. And
Yeah.
yes,
Nirvana's Secretary of State equivalent Politburo spokesperson guy made a statement saying that they'd not sank it, but that it weren't a research vessel either. That it was a disguised bad guy boat.
But we didn't get the aquatic sub base, where they were actually based off of. We thought we dropped a bunch of stuff on it and destroyed it, but it was nowhere to be found. So we were pretty damn sure it's somewhere in time and gonna boop up in the next couple weeks.
Time
I saw
traveling base. Underwater.
The bad news is they seem to have been able to sort of get their plan off the ground or the bottom of the ocean. The good news is they were rushed and had crappy aim.
we mentioned we sunk that ship.
We kind of sunk that ship.
Your children. You did this alone?
Our team is pretty badass.
So... Okay, he's like rubbing his head. Americans are attacking. Time travel. Americans are attacking through time. Missiles traveling through time, perhaps undersea base that travel through time.
Yes.
You trust us?
Definitely.
I promise you your instincts are correct. I am not American spy. But what would I do with this information? I can
Well,
hammer anything I want, but maybe not time missile.
we're pretty darn sure that it's Sunday, the pinnacle of the thing, right?
Yeah.
We're pretty darn sure their aim and goal was to attack on Sunday and kill as many world leaders as they can.
Holy shit, someone says. That makes sense. I knew it was a dumb idea. Platform C723B. That's the one they'll be going for, says the Edgelord.
They
There's-
should have at least moved.
There's gonna be 12 heads of state on that platform.
And we know for a fact, missile is.
At least one of them hit in the bay. I'm gonna hand them each a printout of where the missiles hit, or reverse hit.
What's this, darling?
This is a printout of all the time-traveling missiles that we've discovered so far, or at least think are time-traveling missiles.
You can point out that the one in the bay and the one near the church. So the one near the church is this one. I'm not shift pinging, sorry. My hand's not near my keyboard, so get
That's fine.
shitted. Those two are the ones that you've seen and can confirm. I did mean to ask for a research because I imagine you looked up the other ones and checked news and stuff.
Give a retcon research. Probably gonna fail at this one, but 50% chance. Yeah, failed.
Failed. You did manage to catch some small news reports of meta events that could be related, but at least Simon seemed to think they were related to those two, so they must be similar.
Yeah. I'm gonna say this one and this one I know personally because I saw them myself. The rest Surf thinks.
Surf. Joke. Kind of nods of agreement amongst the people here that surf is a joke.
I'm not gonna argue that.
So what should we be doing then, Duck? What you think? In it?
Well, I mean, awareness is the first step. We were gonna protect or try to stop the Americans when it happened, but I don't know. Thoughts from the rest of the group? I'm gonna look at Sigrid and all the people who are there.
We should kill Christians.
No. Well, we do know that some of the missiles are going to likely contain American invaders. So
And they also have moles. We know that for a fact. Remember that shenanigans a couple months ago with the machine guns at the research center?
Yeah.
That was them.
Fuck. That's the reason I had started doing this. One of them says.
I mean, that's why she started doing it. I point to Sigrid.
That was the first night for a lot of us.
Yep.
that was my first night on Nirvana.
Someone would be able to tell her that that's not technically true, but it is the first night she woke up on Nevada.
There's some nerdy one in the back. Actually.
Actually, you
What? Did you see my movie?
So, I would suggest two things. First of all of these locations were targeted for a reason. It's probably worth finding out what the targets were and warning them, or not, depending on what the target is.
When did these attacks occur?
I mean, they haven't happened yet, but they will.
The moon will be in the sky.
Huh? So it's going to take place at
Sometime
night.
ever.
It's gonna happen sometime. I look at the moon? Just confused.
Actually, where was the moon in the sky?
Kinda 10 p.m.-ish position. For look up March 14th, 1999. Stand on the equator in the Pacific Ocean, and at 10 p.m. and tell me the degrees. And that's roughly the position it were in.
And if it's set, he'll
Like
change the
how
time.
far along the ecliptic?
Just before midnight.
Or is that
Not quite as high
like
in the
where
sky
the
as it's
moon
going
is?
to be.
Okay, so the moon is in the sky in a location that corresponds to where it would be at around midnight,
Yeah.
just before midnight.
What day?
The 14th.
Makes sense. Celebrations culminate with a big show 14th on the bay. Fireworks display. Big show. Pulls out a crumpled up like a timetable. The emo Rorschach Batman. And points it out and shows that main event is scheduled to last from like 8 p.m. till midnight on Sunday.
Nods. And like, we have some other allies who are going to be helping out with all this stuff, but yeah, they're not, you know,
Then
super metas like we are.
oh, okay, humans. Yeah, I mean
They're decent guys.
Yeah.
Because Surf will be at it. The Yakuza will be helping out. Am I missing anyone?
The Yakuza, someone says?
Yeah, good guys.
The Yakuza are not good guys.
Yeah, heart in right place.
It's relative when you go underground.
But I could tell you some things I've seen these past 3 weeks.
Yeah, we're not friends with them. All I know is they're here to support Nirvana against the Americans during the attack. They're uneasy allies. Let's put it that way.
The enemy of your enemy is your friend, says Hammer.
Exactly.
Relevant comic posted in Discord.
But if you see them doing stuff, feel free to stop them and arrest them. Like, they don't get a pass.
So if everyone here is across the city, watching for stuff happening, how will we inform everyone else and deal with everything?
You mean we need a way to stay in touch?
Yes.
Radios be good.
Is anyone here perhaps quite rich and capable of getting a lot of radios? He leadingly asks.
Someone steps forward, and they've got the Spider-Man style skin tight with the skin tight mask as well, and they reach up underneath the head sock and pull out a tiny little earpiece and say, I can get us 7 of these, or some such thing like that.
Great.
He'd probably say like 30 of them, right?
Yeah. I don't know why I said 7. That number just fell into my head. I meant to say like a number that you can actually use.
That'd
Enough.
be great. When you get that, flag down an owl and let him know.
It'll be using my secure encrypt. Flag down an owl.
Uh-huh.
Looks around and like sees an owl, like that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, what are you not understanding? Flag down owl.
And let him know that you have him.
Okay,
I was chuckling.
okay, I'll try that. If that fails, I'll come see you at your mother's apartment. That person's voice has changed 4 times.
Just have a mouse in your pocket, or just give him a mouse. They'll come down.
It's not Space Station 30. You can't just find a mouse.
You can buy a mouse.
Yeah, you can.
Inject a mouse into their veins.
I feel like we've been putting a pretty big dent in the mouse supply of Nirvana.
Well, I buy bulk. From
Mice breed like rabbits.
For some reason, there's quite a market for mice on Nirvana, so supply meets demand.
Fair enough.
What with the research
But-
center and
A lot of
Lily?
evil labs.
Yeah.
I'm open to other ideas. We need to be able to communicate with each other, but at the same time, we also need to be able to protect these people without, like, because Surf is not going to be happy with us if we show up and are like, we're here to protect, world leaders.
I mean, short of evacuating the target areas, I'm not sure we can protect them. Like, we can deal with stuff when it shows up, but we can't stop it from arriving.
They should cancel the whole thing. Really.
It's never happening.
Yeah, I mean, you're right.
It's the only safe way, though.
They're never going to do it.
with the way the missiles work, if they just moved it half a mile down the street,
It's happening in that bay.
even easier. That stage floats, right?
Yes, they could move it from wherever it's meant to be.
There's one other person I could talk to about that. We'll try the police or surf and see if we can't get it moved. But I have one other person I can talk to.
And what about the area where we're assuming it would go? What if someone else goes there?
I mean, we can only put out so many. We can only deal with so many what ifs.
I mean, cordoned off is like the firework area.
Oh, there be firework.
It seems like the most dangerous place is going to be on the water. That's where we should be trying to defend. We're going to need mobility to make sure we can move around out there, and we should all just be in position to respond as quickly as possible to anything that happens.
Yes, but missiles all across island.
You guys all have people you trust and have teamed up with and worked with. You are the ones that I can say that, you know, again, I trust that to not be spies, so take this with a grain of salt. Tell people to be on alert that time. Maybe say, get your friends to do street patrols or something at that time slot. Let's try to minimize this, but not show our hand.
We could each take one of these locations. But
Not a
I
bad
still
idea.
think we're going to need as many people on the water as possible. If it really is an attack on the event, then that's where it'll happen.
Maybe anyone particularly bad on water take a location inland.
A couple of people kind of step forward. Hammer included. He's like, I think I will deal with one of these. And like points at one of them.
Look,
I
how does my shadow work on water? Does it
think you
just
sink.
not?
Yeah, I think I do not know.
Under the pretense of I have never in my life seen a shadow over water, I'm gonna say that I do not work over water. So I don't think I will be a useful asset on water.
Wait,
Yeah, but we
what?
got you on boat. You're a part of the team. You're going to be with the rest of the group.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure we were gonna like divide each one of the team
And
into
no,
one of those
we're not
groups.
dividing the team up into 7 groups. No.
Okay,
Yeah.
I thought that was
shadows
what it
over
was.
water?
Sorry, what, Jerry?
Yeah, you can
Haven't
get a
seen
shadow
shadows
on
over water?
water.
I don't remember ever seeing a shadow go over
I mean,
water.
I definitely have.
We'll
Yeah?
figure that out
Okay.
at another point. Logistics. But yeah, we're not splitting the. I don't think we're splitting the group.
Oh, okay. I
Not-
thought that was the idea. Like each one of us was
This
gonna
is-
take a group.
Nope.
No, this is for to help prevent.
This is building the army that works in the background while we do our
exactly.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, so they're not. That's an even better plan than what I was thinking we were doing.
Okay.
Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
No, I think that's about wrapping it up anyway,
Yeah.
honestly, for this scene, unless there's anything people want to add to the group at large. They're
just-
about happy with that.
Just be careful with the timing of these things. They tend to explode, then have a lull, and then explode again. I mean, one of them is an implosion, but it doesn't matter if you get hit by it.
If they go backwards again, we have no idea how these operate. Be careful.
No normal missile can kill me. So,
They might not be normal missiles.
I'm confident still. but I be careful.
Oh, important. There's no reason to assume that things are going to wait until that date to start.
Yeah,
Like-
just be vigilant, guys. This is
It's going to be a crazy week.
There's already been 7.
Exactly.
And what? This is Tuesday, right?
yeah, this is
Can,
Tuesday.
can I add just a little more to that scene?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
So as the meeting's breaking up and everybody's kind of like wandering off, Sigurd goes up to the hammer guy and is just like, "Hi, I Sigurd."
Hi.
Maybe before that, then before it tails off.
Yeah, I had a couple of things
Oh.
before it tails off too, but
Yeah.
we will.
Oh, I'm
ahead.
sorry.
I'll not forget about that. Go on.
My brain just emptied.
Toilet flush sound effects.
Well, look, how don't you do your thing while he thinks about it?
Yeah. So it's kind of as Violet's mentioning that it's going to be a crazy week. There will be a very strange thundercrack sound that whips over all of you.
Is it a backwards explosion?
Does that a lot
again?
around here.
It sounds like a backwards explosion. Yes,
Well, do I get the owl warning alert backwards?
you do. Afterwards.
Oh, there was another one.
In a wave. In fact, yeah, you get it like at the same time from the other side of the island as well.
And I will pinpoint it down to where it hits and then mark it on my map.
It's in the bay again.
Alright, I won't be able to get it exact, but yeah. There's
Roughly
another one in the bay.
roughly a bit northwest. Everyone give me a hearing check, please. A -5, just to make it quicker to see if you're likely to succeed for me. That's but shite rolls, in it.
Hey, she did it.
Yeah, Audrey, you hear it. A definite kind of missile sound. Again, reversed. Not a sound of, a rocket engine and whistling air. Cruise missile.
But everybody heard the explosion.
Everybody heard the explosion. But you do catch a rattle of missile receding to the southeast. Perhaps fired by an angry banana.
She sort of looks off in that direction.
A few people look over with you. There's not much to see in the sky. Standard clouds. No contrail or anything like that. Smoke stream. It is kind of cloudy today, though. Rain. It's scheduled for rain tomorrow. There's not really any major events, and there's going to be a big, heavy rain tomorrow afternoon. And it seems like the sky is just swelling up, getting ready for that. It's really humid, that heavy air.
Yep.
That feeling's been building all Tuesday, I think. And you can now see just... No, you wouldn't see that. Never mind. Ignore me. When you get back,
Just
you'd
in that
see
direction.
action in the bay. Boats gathering surf and stuff.
Well, Montes will grab his coin.
Going for a swim. Oh yes, so as that meeting's tailing off, did your brain freshen up? Are you grabbing the coin at that meeting?
Yeah.
Got ya.
Yep.
Coin comes out.
Is it larger than normal? Or heavier than normal, rather?
Yeah, it's. You're not sure if it's got any heavier than last night, but it's at least as heavy as last night.
Huh. Something might happen here too, and he'll put it away.
Ron looks around. What, you have time missile detector?
Wouldn't shock me. He got bit by a
A
time
little
spider
bit.
the other day.
Seriously?
You got bit by a time spider? What the fuck's a time spider?
Not pleasant.
The spider that comes from time and space, of course.
It might actually be time and space. We're not sure.
Do all spiders come from time and space?
Gee on the mind link.
But yeah, I'll say. Well, I'll get you all those earpieces in as soon as Underoos over there, or I don't know his name, but
Underoos? Yeah, it does look like he's wearing pants on the outside of a skin tight morph suit thing.
once he gets those earpieces, I'll get it all to you. In the meantime, just keep an ear and eye out.
Nods.
Let's have a little bit of mingling time here. But if you want to go now, just let me know and I'll taxi you home.
A couple of people say that they don't need lifts home, and they kind of fly away. Or one of them takes a running
Sink
jump.
into the ground.
Yeah, one of them does sink into the ground.
Alright, Sigurd, have your time with Hammer.
Yeah. Hello, Sigrid, I am Hammer.
Who meet you, Hammer? You look like proper hero.
Thank you. And he does indeed. He's, 6'4", big barrel
Is this the guy we met in
chest.
the line?
No, the
No.
person you met in the line was Reflection. You do not
That's
trust
right.
Reflection.
Okay.
Or at least not enough for this. Is a bit of a weirdo.
For good reason, or
Maybe a little bit showboaty.
Yeah.
okay.
For whatever reason, a critical success at gathering this group did not include Reflection. I've already said too much. Ooh, thank you.
If there's just mingling. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, no, I think Sigurd's just introducing herself. Like it's she wants to make a friend.
You like Hammer? He doesn't wear a mask, so it'd be pretty easy
Ow.
to find out who he really is.
I like this guy more and more. Yeah, just like hi, I'm Sigurd. I'm new to Ireland. I've met a couple of people, and mostly I've only hung out with them.
He'd probably tell you his real name as well. Dimitri
Okay.
something.
I have hammer, or I have axe.
Axe.
I have axe.
I do not fight with a hammer. I was part of a duo.
Part of
Part of a
duo?
what? Sorry.
A duo. My sister, she was sickle.
Sigurd just looks blankly at him. I not get it.
I come from USSR. You look it up, you get it.
Okay.
It's like the other America, but arguably less bad.
Is no argument,
Oh.
I don't think. I did not hate place, but without sickle, I could not go on doing my job.
Oh. Okay.
So I had no choice but to leave.
Why you have to leave if you could you not just do new job?
No, there is only one job the USSR has for Hammer.
And that fight?
Nod. And
Yes.
now I choose to fight again. Shakes his head.
This place seemed to be worth fight for.
Slaps you on your back. Yes.
Well, we have long, busy week. But and then Sigurd will be like, "This is my phone number. You should keep in touch. I do have girlfriend. I'm not hitting on you."
Is okay. I would not be interested in girl who is 3 decades my younger.
I think technically I am like 1,000 years your elder.
Then I am not interested in very old woman either.
Sigurd laughs.
Not a gilf guy.
Gilf.
I think Sigurd just made an acquaintance.
You just made an acquaintance.
Little prompt shows up at the top of the screen.
Yeah, that's a good prompt. I like that one. I'm gonna remember that. Save it for a suggestion for Terra's next game. Hammer will remember this.
Does anyone approach Matthias, who is wearing a costume that he actually wore in a different country? Countries.
GM check.
And also
GM
said
check,
some creepy
GM
shit
check.
about where there's going to be shit happening.
Yeah. Yeah. The English seeming person does approach you. Rhine, you said?
Yes.
Like the river.
Yeah.
Those colours are awfully familiar.
I left a while ago. What's this guy look like, sorry?
Zorro. he's got a fencing sword. And he's got a cape and a big wide-brimmed hat with a feather in it. And he's wearing a handkerchief over his lower face. But it's kind of purple and it's more like Adam and the Ant style than Zorro.
Does he have the looks to go with it?
He does. He's dandy for sure.
You like historical fighting styles?
I like fencing. Darling. Can't say I'm a fan of, I don't know, ancient spear fighting. What's that coin you had?
He would not have held it out openly, but if this guy was watching him creepily, then yeah, he would have seen it.
Massive deja vu. I'm sure last week you had that coin out and someone said, "What's that coin you had?" But no, he weren't watching you creepily. But he will say, he'll mention something. That train that you were on, it will have had like a name and it'll have gained that nickname in the newspapers about it afterwards.
Which train that he was on?
The first one, when you got given... or was that not really linked to you?
Sorry?
Was that not really linked to Ryan?
He wouldn't have claimed credit. He didn't seek credit at all.
Okay.
Also, I think he was actually just Matthias there.
Not the train on Nirvana. The train that Matthias first fought.
Oh, that's what you mean. Yeah, no, yeah. He like there would have been images of him fleeing the scene in a flag.
Yeah,
Fourth flag.
and then later you were wanted by the government, and they would have associated that this vigilante was you.
Yeah.
So yeah, he will straight up say whatever nickname has been given to that terror incident on the train that you stopped.
No, it's just like, oh wait, was it? Yeah, it was a bigger thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, big enough. Big enough that someone might recognize you eventually if you wear a bright green and white suit.
Oh yeah, hostage situation. Yeah. Sorry, what was the question?
He just... Have you ever heard of... Ever heard of the 317 train on the Rhine situation? Or whatever.
That was me.
Yeah, I thought so.
Stopping it, not taking hostages.
Welcome to Nirvana. How long have you been here?
Thank you. A little while.
How are you liking it?
It seems to have a lot of problems, but I'm not being hunted by the government.
Yeah,
You?
I've been here a while. Can get away with a lot. I've got a lot of freedom here. And yeah, I'm not being hunted by the government.
Is this guy like on like an official meta or official vigilante?
He is an official vigilante. He has signed up.
Okay.
All the people that Lily gathered are on the register.
Okay.
Except for you. And Violet.
Do any of them recognize Lucius coming in with his getup?
What have you been involved in? Has there been out where you'd have been on news?
Everything. I'm just trying to keep on the shelves. I'm wondering if I fail, then somebody recognizes me.
Oh, no.
Oh, he's the guy who's always fainted off to the side of these incidents.
Yeah, I thought you were hoping to
Well-
be recognised, and I was like, well, that's not going to happen. but yeah, like, I assumed you were here as a shadow still.
Yeah, like he has been trying to not be seen, so I was wondering if I have succeeded so far.
Yeah, in fact, you will have so much that Edgelord, I think... Oh, that's what his name is. Edgeblood.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so I am morphing two characters, and this guy's name is Edgeblood. He says, haven't seen you before.
Lucius in the mask just tilts his head as to look at him, and then just replies saying, "Good," and then just turns his head back to normal.
Cute.
Okay.
Go on.
No, you say if you're. I heard a long pause and thought.
Yeah, all he was saying were cute.
No. He said good, and
No,
then he just...
yeah, and when you said good, he says, cute. Cute kid. But go on, Matty.
So, have you had you heard of anything regarding this before this meeting?
No. Been looking at backwards time. Wait, you talked to the English guy.
English guy, yeah.
Yeah. No. I seen the backwards things, those were weird. I've seen a couple of these, actually. Time missiles, eh? That's gonna put a damp on things, isn't it?
Time is becoming more and more of a problem.
It's always been a problem, dear. Yeah.
Also, they fucking blabbed about his time spider incident. Also, I found deer weird. You said it once before already.
Soz points at the crow's feet. next to his eyes when he says that time's always been a problem. Did someone mention a time spider bit you?
Yes,
What's
it
that?
was unpleasant.
How big of a spider? Stop me. He's like, puts his fingers together, starts pulling them apart, starts pulling his hands apart.
Once he reaches the point, or I suppose extends out as much as possible, if depending on how large he is.
Yeah, he gets them out to, like, shoulder width apart, and then his eyebrows are just raising, and he's like, Jesus Christ.
There are other methods of time travel as well.
What other
I'm
than
sure
a
the
spider?
Americans are using. I think the spiders are a side effect or a cause, but the Americans must have a different method.
Okay.
The early 1900s Chinese mystics had a different method.
Okay. Are you familiar with Chinese mystics of that period?
Not the mystics in particular, but that the mysticism was a thing, yeah? You?
No. I don't deal much in time. Any more than your average person.
Has this guy done anything newsworthy?
Yeah, a few things. Trying to think of an example. General fancy takedown of someone causing shit, I think. And
What sort of power?
he's very fast and extremely skilled with that sword, and he can make it send death at you. Is how I want to describe it. Lasers, Karen. Laser beams. When he swishes that sword, it does not have to only act as a sword. It can also send out zoom.
I get the idea.
Good.
Okay. You seem like you're doing quite well for yourself in Nirvana. Was this the guy who spoke up about radios?
No, that's Underoos.
Okay, but this guy being into fencing does indicate that. You were quite well for yourself in
Yeah.
England and now here?
Yeah. All right, I suppose. I don't struggle for anything.
Plane tickets?
I can... Yeah, where are you going?
Well, I can't ask Lily because she can't go nearly that far. And I think most methods she would have of flying would... I'm a bit worried. The shortcuts someone who jumps around like that could take. I want to go to Xinjiang.
China.
Chinese mystics?
Shrugs. I'm not going to buy you plane tickets. I do well for myself. I'm not just in the business of charity. Sounds good.
Had to ask. If you recognized me, then guess you'd realize that I am not of means. I was wearing a football flag.
And now you're not. You'll save up.
Matt can just wander off then.
Okay. I think I'm good there for Tuesday.
Mhm.
So you see the commotion as you make your way back. Boats gathered around what must have been that other location. They seem to be setting up some kind of inflatable floating tent to hide something there. But it's hard to say where it could be. And Wednesday,
I might head over there with the
Might you?
inflatable tent. Just blatantly.
See if you can get the authorities to tell you what's going on.
Yeah, just there.
Hey, get away from the tent, please. You can't be here. Surf has cordoned off this area.
License. Can you tell me what it was?
Meta event. It's being investigated, thank you. Your assistance is not required at present.
Roll eyes. Yeah, meta event. Sure it is. Wasn't it? Bam, out. I do want to stock one house.
One house in particular.
Yes.
Whose house?
So this house,
Gotcha.
and wait for him to be alone. Not the younger one. I can't remember.
Oh,
Upsilon?
the dad.
Yep.
The founder.
Yep.
Yeah, you find him meditating out by his little pond.
I'll try to be as quiet as I can when I show up, but I make a lot of noise when I pop in.
Mm-hmm. He'll wait a few minutes before saying, like, how can I help, Lily?
Well, I was hoping I could convince you to not have all the world leaders in one place, but I doubt that's something you can do.
You've convinced me. It's a shame I already asked about this and they're not changing it. He's not stopped. He's still in his, lotus position with his eyes closed, facing away from you.
That's what I figured. So I was hoping to maybe get some VIP badges for that, so we can me and mine can protect that area if need be.
I can have a couple extra sent over to your place, I think.
I need 7. Is that okay?
Yes, I think so.
Actually, it would be 8, depending on if Z Warrior shows up.
I can get you 7, Lily.
Nod, or didn't realize his eyes are closed, and say, "Thank you." And there's no chance we could have you move that main floaty a little bit, is there?
I'll mention it.
Cool.
It's not
Right,
like I'm making the map for this thing.
I know, but
I'm just a guest.
You hold. You're important. People listen to you.
They shouldn't, he says.
Oh?
I am out of ideas. And I've not got anything new to say. But I'll pass on what you have to say.
Okay.
I hope
Like-
they listen to that.
I mean, I'll give this guy the Cliff Notes version. Just run down. And my concerns.
You're quite worried. Seems it's fairly out of our control. Aside from
is.
calling the whole thing off.
Is. That's why I want to be close, just in case stuff happens.
Wouldn't you want to be further away? Mawson's going to be right next to me the whole time.
Ugh, that guy. Yeah, I know, but I care about this island. I grew up here, and my family is here, and I'm going to protect what I can.
Then you don't want to be on the stage.
No, I don't want to be on the stage, but be able to walk around freely.
Fair enough.
Walk.
I'll get you as many passes as I can.
Great. Oh, and you need to talk to your son.
I need to make a
He's-
GM check.
Yep.
Go on. He didn't say anything.
Through my interactions with him, I've discovered some troubling stuff. Nothing necessarily super illegal. I mean, it is illegal, but not like bad, like I'm murdering people, but yeah.
Thank you for visiting me today, Lily.
Yeah. Alright, no problem. Bye.
You think you perceive an ever so slight nod?
Bam. Great. That was all I need to do for the entire week.
He carries on meditating for like another 8 hours after that. He does not move.
I'm not super watching him after that point.
Okay. Just something you might notice, like as the sun's setting that day or something.
Okay, yeah.
He does not appear to have moved. It's like when you get home from being at work and your cat's in the same place and you're like, you lazy bastard.
So jealous.
Yep.
That's my week.
Um,
Otherwise, I'm just doing bullshit. Montage.
Gonna bullshit montage.
Shows
Montage.
Matthias studying.
adding a footnote. Matthias adds a footnote. References.
Oh, I will actually, during the week, because while they're all doing their shit, anyone who's open to it, of those 7 new our new friends, trustworthy friends, if they're open to it, I'll try to team up for at least a couple hours with each of them.
Does some superhero patrolling. Yep, most of them would
Yeah,
be up to it.
Yeah, I just want to get a feel for them.
A couple hours with each might be the rest of the time.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, it would be.
The week. That's what I'm doing for my week.
Getting to know those guys. Okay, cool. Oh, you guys are always doing things that make me want to change my plans. But then it's like, but I like these plans.
They're
Well,
a
if
bit-
we're also vaguely before time skip stuff,
Yep.
Matthias is going to grab the coin at some point and think about the place he was at, the sinkhole. Because he likes grasping at straws with that coin.
Yeah, you do.
Apparently.
It does get a bit heavier when you think about that place. Or at least that's how it feels.
Okay, what if he thinks about the night of the attack on the ship?
It definitely gets heavier. And you kind of feel, you see a flash of Chan Yu in your mind.
Ah!
Just like whoosh, his face for a second. Subliminal message style, one frame.
Let's think of Chan Yu.
You see the time spider. In fact, yeah, if you're holding this coin, you think about that attack on the boat, and with your eyes closed,
Doesn't drop the coin.
you see Chan Yu, and then you see the time spider taking up the entire horizon and sky, like it did before. And it kind of comes in for you, and you jolt awake on your desk the next morning. Like, you fell asleep, the coin's still in your hand, like you're looking your arms out on the desk with the coin in your palm, and you've got like drool on your history book,
Shit.
soaked in sweat.
I am a walking sweat machine right now.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. How about a quick break?
Sounds good.
Sigrid, you got something? Or
I was agreeing. To
oh,
a quick break.
it was an agreeing noise.
Aye.
All right, we'll be back in 5 minutes. We're back, and we skip forward a little bit. So, main things to tell you. Mila opens the post and says, "What the fuck is this? Holy shit! Why have they sent us so many VIP passes?
Those are mine. Those are mine.
What? Well, this one's yours. And this one's yours." She passes one to Ray. "And this one's mine. This one's Sigrid. But these all just say guest.
Yep, those are mine.
What do you need with 15 passes?"
We do superhero things.
Oh,
Point
please be
Sigrid.
careful.
That
Actually, it is you I worry about.
Me?
Yeah, do you have any like force fields or anything crazy that you built?
Force fields. It's not Star Wars, Lily. Oh, sorry. Space battles.
I mean, I'm just checking. I want you to be safe. Like Sigurd's right. There's been backwards missiles and time spiders and all kinds of shit, and something's gonna go down at the event.
Yeah, at this event, thing go down. We have.
Should we just stay here? I mean, it'd be really rude, but we can just not go.
I mean, it'd be safer, but it's
It'd be a better
your
view,
call.
honestly, from here.
your call. But just know that I got your back, and especially if you're taking Bubbles with you. And I'll point over to the small one in the corner.
Oh, Olfeed.
Yeah,
Oh, Ulfeed.
yeah, daughter?
You want to come, right? I assume you're not useless in fight.
You're
Far
somewhere.
from it.
She. Quiet, Key.
Could you protect these two?
You have a spare guest pass for Ulfid?
Yeah.
Of course.
I'll bring my bag. We'll be fine. I have a force
Also-
field.
Smile and then go. Also, Mom, maybe you could amp up Oma's limbs a little bit. You know, she does take all that whatever. I can't remember the name of the martial art, but lessons.
Shh, Lily. She holds her fingers up to her lips. Yes, I could theoretically take off some of the limits on your Omar's controls, but we all know how dangerous and a slippery slope that could be towards Omar completely destroying an antique piano.
That only happened once.
But yes, I have been thinking about it.
This weekend might be a good time to do something like that.
I think so.
Shrugs, shakes her head. Well, we'll go still. It really...
She tried teaching me some of her stuff, but she kept talking about control. Oh, boring.
Rayon does like one of the Naruto style palm symbols and just says, Sigrid has no patience. With her eyes closed gently. Is that what you were on about, Sigrid, or were you on about Ulfid?
Oh no. For
Ray.
you know,
For
Ray.
Yeah.
Like
Ray.
Ray's
Martial arts.
martial arts is all about
Balance, control.
balance and control, and like, oh, Sigrid does not get it. It not work for Sigrid.
Okay. You will find out that following a safety review, this would be said on Friday or something, the main stage will now be moving throughout the performances.
Nice.
So it is going to pass directly through that original position, but it's not actually going to stop until after the performance at about 1 a.m. when it docks again and everyone gets off quick.
Okay. We may have helped. Who knows?
It might just run itself into something we didn't know about.
It seems like about 40% of people are happy with it and 60% are angry. Lots of people had pre-planned places with good views and now they're fucked, but also lots of people are now getting free views and they're pretty pleased. So politically it's, you know, same as fucking everything else. One person wants it, other person doesn't. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Hey, Guy, could you do us a favor?
Anything.
Could you
Kill yourself?
maybe speak with the Yakuza guys before this event? Just to have one final touch with them.
Didn't you kind of cut ties last time? Spit on the floor, chuck the sensei down, tell them they were dicks.
I wouldn't go that far, but yeah, I did let them know that I was pretty upset with the Sensei stuff.
It's good to touch base one last time. We might not be friends with them anymore, but...
Yeah, okay.
You want backup with you?
Yes.
Okay. Sigrid definitely goes with.
Anyone else
Ye-
go to see the Yakuza?
Nah, they don't like me.
And I think Sigrid goes as a motorcyclist, anonymous motorcyclist.
Okay. Just back up.
Yeah.
Ah,
Well, she's not legal, so she's got to go to the illegal stuff disguised.
we wondered if you would see us. So you are still in this fight against the Americans?
Yeah, my goals haven't changed any more than yours have.
Do you have a plan of action?
I'll fill them in on what we have so far, and what we've done. I'm not going to keep any secrets. Like, at this point, it's really just a matter of waiting to see how they react to the measures that we've put in place and being ready to stamp out fires as they come up.
Nods, nods. I trust you'll be willing to stay in touch with us, perhaps direct us where we might be most useful.
That's acceptable.
He explains I've got 200 soldiers that I can deploy where needed. The plan is to defend the Japanese section of town.
Yeah, if you could, keep 50 of them or so as a strike force. When you say soldiers, like, are they going to be dressed in a uniform of some sort? Or are they going to look like gang members that are swarming the streets?
They will not be conspicuous.
Okay.
But
then I will stay in communication.
But they will have an identifying mark.
Yeah, of course.
He points, or he just gestures with his head at one of the guards, who takes out a bandana from inside his pocket, a white one that's got the clan symbol painted on it, and he ties it around his sleeve.
Yes, that very inconspicuous.
So much
This
for incognito.
will
Biker
be
girl.
if things go loud. We will need to be able to identify each other.
All right.
And he takes it off and puts it back in his pocket.
You have some special individuals that work with you?
Nod.
Will they be mixed in with your other soldiers, or do you have specific plans for them?
They will fight where needed. Many of them can deploy quickly. Most
Okay.
are commanding.
That makes sense. All right. Well, then I will keep in touch. I will let you know what our plans are and where you can do the most good. Yeah. That's all I got.
Then that's all there is. I'm sure I had some more interim information.
Any more updates from Surf or Secret Surf?
Simons will have updated Lily about the boat moving before it were publicly announced. So there's that going for it. Simons will tell Lily that he's got rapid evacuation plans in effect for every location. He'd also tell you about 3 more meta events that have been found on Saturday afternoon. He'd have told you about them that have happened.
Yeah, mark them on my updated map.
Whoops. One, 2, and 3. Pretty cool. Pretty pleased with that. Montage time. I think I figured out how I wanted to do this, but it's going to be weird. But that's always fun. Okay, Matthias, yes, your coin shenanigans. That's perfect. Let's say that were happening at on Saturday night. So it was Saturday night, you fell asleep with a coin in your hand and you've woke up sweating time spider nightmare on Sunday morning.
Okay.
And as soon as you wake up, like wipe the drool off your face and sit up, there is banging at your door. Bang,
Fucking
bang, bang,
party
bang.
animals.
Bang, 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 bang.
Oh, not that banging. Answer the door.
You open the door. It's you.
Yeah.
You're stood looking at you.
Who the fuck are you? No, I've had some toy for the stew. And then translate the rest of the thing, but it's actually happening in German, of course.
He says, you idiots. It's hard to explain. We need to get everyone, now. It's real important. If this fails, we're all fucked.
Alright, where?
Get them to the pharmacy. And then head south.
Everyone or everyone?
Everyone.
And of course, being him, he would know that he's thinking of like all of the heroes we met and have the tiny radios.
In fact, no. He'd just tell you to gather. He'd just tell you to get Lucius, I think. Yeah, get Lucius and take him to the pharmacy.
All right.
I'm getting the rest.
Matthias will start calling Lucius.
I guess Italian Lucius would have been picking up whatever groceries Aura told him to bring up before getting back home, and he'll pick up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Matthias?
Matthias will say, we need to go to the pharmacy right now.
You got a call for something? I can catch you on the way there. Where are you? And
The
he's gonna
hideout.
take it. Oh, like, okay. Where do you want me to meet you?
The hideout. I think that
The
got
hideout.
confused a second there.
Sorry, I heard something else. But yeah, I'll see you there. Can you wrap this up for me? Thank you. Yeah, I'll be there.
Okay. Bye.
At the same time,
Other Matthias.
yeah, you've just arrived at top of Dunning Tower, and you need to get Lily and Sigrid to go there, to the pharmacy. This is you. You're about a year older, providing younger you don't fuck up.
Am I being older me here? Okay.
Yep. Sorry.
So is he calling them or just heading over to the tower?
You're at Dunning Tower. In the lift, heading
Okay.
up to reception now. It's
I will
fairly...
think back of the previous year and all that's happened, and how I can't tell anyone.
It's still pretty early. I'm guessing, Sigrid, you've just woke up and you're eating breakfast. We'll feed.
Correct.
Lily, you've been up for a while because of nightmares and, general nerves about the day.
Okay.
Thinking about how you might need a nap later on. When Ulfeed will say, oh, I feel weird. And she reaches in a bag and, pulls some stuff out. And then reception thing, automated bell would ring and say, the visitor, Matthias, has arrived.
Does Ulfheim not feel so good, Mr. Stark?
Too soon.
Too soon.
Yeah, let him in.
correct me if I'm wrong, Luke, but hi guys, it's nice to see you. And he looks really relieved and happy and whatever else,
Yeah.
confusingly.
Yeah, no, that does sound about right.
We need to head to the pharmacy right now. And he'll
Today's
go and start
shaping up.
hugging everyone.
Hi, Matthias.
There's no time to
Okay.
waste now.
Great. We will go. Lily.
I'm coming.
Awesome. Well, Mom. Have a good day.
Oh, Ulfeed needs to go too. Matthias would say.
She's coming as well. She should come.
Okay.
Shrug and look over at Ulfeed. You want to come on the adventure?
Yeah? Lily, you take Sigrid and come back for me, yeah?
Sure. I will do that.
Poof. You arrive at the pharmacy where I'm sure Guy has spent the night.
Yeah, he's probably bleary-eyed and trying to fabricate as much of Audrey/Violet's weapon as possible.
Matthias from 1 year in his own future. Ulfeed says, so you remember now, yeah?
Yes, well, in a sense.
Yeah, well done.
It's happened now.
Yeah, it doesn't get less confusing, I'm afraid. But good work. You know how it goes.
Perhaps it'll happen a bit differently this time.
Maybe, but at least you'll all be together. And it'll be the same place. And then
Hopefully.
that Matthias has to rush away to a tertiary location.
I have to go and get Lucius. I'll be right there. I'll be right back.
And so Lily, you arrive back to get Ulfeed, and she says, Matthias will meet us there.
Oh, which one? She'll say a little snippy.
Yeah, you've spotted that there's multiple Matthiases.
Like
Mattia.
For God's sake.
Like I kind of stalk Lucius a little bit, so I would have seen that.
Yes, yep. Lucius talking on the phone to Matthias while you're talking to Matthias.
Yep.
Check on Matthias. Yep, there he is. Oh shit, and there he is.
I'm just gonna look at her before we go and say, "Time shenanigans."
I hope not, but his story of my life.
You'll have to tell me about that sometime.
You'll see
And
it
then-
soon enough. She mumbles something.
Bam.
Bamf. Okay, you're all at the pharmacy. Lucius and Matthias are
Do you want to drag us to the map?
just arriving.
I'll have a
That's-
change of scenery.
I'm getting on it. Chain of scenery. Chain of scenery. Always nice. Oh god, that banana's followed us.
It knows.
Knows all things.
It has approximate knowledge of many things.
Beware, the banana man.
I can't drive a golf feet on. I tried.
My bad. You're all here. Ooh,
Personal acquaintance.
stylized banana man. Thank you. Could you sense me frantically scrolling up and down?
Yep.
So, you wanted us all here for something, Matthias?
Yeah, it's pretty early.
And this Matthias, other Matthias, told you that you should gear up with as much as you can, really.
Yeah, grab everything you need, get your costume on and all that.
Okay.
We're like 12 hours early at least.
Yeah, the time
Th-
shenanigans.
Just two
I gave you
Matthias.
that 12. I gave you the time it would happen. Now I'm giving you the what?
Matthias looks stoned.
At the 2 Matthias thing.
There aren't two Matthiases here. There is only one Matthias
Oh.
here.
No.
Oh.
But
Sorry.
oh, okay.
I thought there were two Matthias in the room.
No, just the one. And it is the
Oh,
one
okay.
that woke up this morning with himself banging on his own door.
Yeah, just get your stuff on, grab whatever you might need for anything. If we had to run and leave for a while.
What do you mean leave for a while?
I'm not quite sure.
Well, Lily will put her in her costume.
Yeah.
He
Not hard.
puts on his costume, throws a bunch of shit into a duffel bag, including the Gauss rifle and the sniper rifle that have just been kind of like gathering dust here for a couple weeks.
I'll go as biker Sigrid for now. But yeah, I mean, she ain't got much. So, but like, definitely the axe hammer on the back with the shotgun and probably just every shell we've managed to produce.
Yep. And
So what are we doing here?
Time shenanigans.
People keep saying that, and it loses meaning every time.
About
We'll pistol
go
whip the next
time
person
and we'll-
that says shenanigans.
yeah, about
What I know is that we'll be better prepared this time around.
Did we fail?
I don't know.
Next time, you will definitely succeed. Because next time, you will know exactly what you need to do. Now, I think they're waiting. And you hear a explosion in the distance. Not that distant, though. Not an explosion. Gunfire. Rat-a-tat-tat. Pluck-a-k-k-k-k. Pluck-a-k-k-k-k. Pluck-a-k-k. Screams. You hear people running past the outside of the pharmacy. Let's just drag
Stay
us through
together.
another map I
What's
made.
going on?
You can hear gunfire in the distance.
Yeah.
What
but
part of the
can I
map
see
should we be on?
anything?
Go here. This is the back door to the pharmacy.
Upper left.
Bunch of War of the Worlds style time spiders attacking. Lucius?
That's who we're missing, and also another what's face.
But actually, Colin, could Sigurd have hopped on one of those bikes and
I mean, they're literally right there by the back door.
If Sigrid's going for him, Audrey is too. Yes, that's a great idea.
Sigrid and
Like,
Audrey
there's-
on bikes.
There's got to be a way to like circle around to get to the gunfire, right?
Just drive it
You could just go through the door.
straight to the shop. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
Ah,
Matthias is kind of worried about all this stick together stuff, so he's gonna. These can fit 2 people mildly comfortably, right?
yeah, easy.
Mhm.
He's hopping on Audrey's, or is that Violet's? Violet's.
Violet. Cool.
What am I after here? Just my silhouette.
How about the people who can ride bikes? I'll travel with Ulfeed.
Where's my
Where
damn
does
silhouette?
Ulfeed hop on the back of Sigurd's bike?
No, Ulfeed's just stood in the doorway watching you all at this moment.
Okay.
Me just getting on a bike is pointless considering I can get to you guys whenever needed.
Yeah.
I can
Wherever
irritate
needed, not necessarily whenever needed.
both. But I will watch tower here with Ulfeed for a bit first. Logistics.
As you come out of rooming, you see this guy throwing down a gun at the bottom, and you recognize him as the person who was climbing the building earlier this week, last week.
Ah, shit.
A week
We've
ago.
secret hideouts again.
Face me, Sigrid.
God damn it!
I know you're around here somewhere. There you are. Face me.
We don't have time for you, bro. Go away.
Maybe you should face him, Sigrid. Take him down.
Who says that?
Ulfeed.
Ulfeed?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, Sigurd will ride around this way and stop the bike and get off. Pull the shotgun off and like, who are you? Why we do this?
Face me.
Oh.
Fight, Sigrid.
You need a beanbag bullet that guy or some shit.
Yeah, I was actually just thinking, like, I've still got that one sleepy time shell.
Audrey, you sense something. Guy, your intuition's telling you that you want to get over there.
That I want to get over there, or that I want to help?
That you want to get over there. Matthias, your coin is heavy, and you don't even remember picking it up, but it's in your hand, and it is heavy.
Something's about to happen, guys. Whee!
Yeah, this is where you gun it, or Violet guns it.
Lucius lights a cigarette and steps on Guy's shadow.
Oops.
New.
There's no undo button for that, is there?
I am the undo button.
Ooba wooba doo.
Crap.
I
Okay, there
assume
we
you're
go.
still on the bike.
Or no, it's goo goo gajoob.
Yep.
Cuckoo, cuckoo.
See you soon, Lily, Ulfeed says.
I'm gonna look and go, are you gonna bamf?
No. But you should.
Fine.
Violet, as you get closer, you feel the presence more. It is all around everything.
She'll pay more attention.
It's watching. You can't grasp its source. It is a mind.
Well, one of her minds is definitely paying attention to driving the motorcycle, but the other will be paying attention to that.
This guy's mind, as you're paying attention to this new mind, is strange also. It's there, but it's more like a picture, like fake.
She's familiar with those kinds of things.
Yeah. And as you all kind of gather in, he's grinning wildly. He's, face me, Sigrid! Throws his gun down, brings his fists up in like a comical brawling style.
Oh, fuck. Violet says.
Get it over quick.
Yeah, you know what? I feel like I've got that one sleepy time loaded. So we'll shoot this at his feet.
Violet, as you're focusing, you manage to discern a single intention.
Mm-hmm.
Tracking locked.
Yep.
Matches is going to hopefully think of the 1810. No, Napoleonic Wars. 1820s.
Look, you failed that one. There is a sudden crackle of static electricity in the air. Sigrid, you fire the slug at his feet.
Yeah, at his feet.
A split second after you pull the trigger and hear the bang, he disappears again, but is replaced by arcs of lightning in everyone's vision, completely, almost obscuring everything. The noise is deafening. And out the corners of your eyes, you see the arcs staying and widening, and you think you can see little, maybe legs crawling over the edges of those arcs. And then the flash ends, and you find yourselves in a new place, blinded at first. And then
And squares.
there is
Dirty
a
squares.
filthy squares. An alarm blaring. Acquisition complete. And you will find yourselves in what seems to be a large perspex enclosure.
Large what, sorry?
Plastic, clear plastic or glass enclosure. There
Round
is,
or square?
it is square. There is a solid metal floor under your feet. Above you, the ceiling goes up. Oh, no, there's way more interesting things happening than just a description of the room. Lily, you can't fly anymore. You fall to the ground. You experience gravity for the first time in your life.
Oh, not the first time, but yeah.
First time in a while. Thwump.
Do I get pushed out of her shadow?
Yep, Lucius ain't a shadow. Other obvious things right here.
Oh my god, my legs! Oh my god, my legs!
This
oh,
could
this
be
hurts so much!
especially interesting for one person in particular. For reasons.
So I'm pretty sure one of the minds just gets cut off.
Correct. Many more appear. I need to see exactly what's going on with Audrey right now. / Violet. I meant to look.
If we're talking power dampening, her power is shut down, but she is still a person.
Good. And will you now look like Audrey, though?
She looks like Violet, although she looks like Violet in armor.
Koi. Cool. I wasn't sure what that situation would be.
Yep.
You can see as your eyes focus, there are a group of people stood on the other side of the glass. They're dressed strangely.
How strangely?
Ankle length white lab coats that seem to be fully zipped up from bottom to top. And they're animated. Their lab coats have got animated GIFs on them, it looks like. Flashing, shining, glinting.
Matthias doesn't know what HIFs are.
Is
I
that
went with the
something-
neutral pronunciation of the word to not spark a debate.
Harry Potter.
Is that some?
Lab coats.
Is that something that maybe we would have seen in my time?
It is exactly kind of thing you'd have seen in your time.
Do I recognize any of them?
No.
Any insignias or anything that I might recognize?
Yes. On the wall behind them, the Nirvana ground operations center. You're on planet.
I'll go over to the glass with my duffel bag in my hand. You can't really expect me to believe that that event is supposed to happen.
We aren't recovering you, a voice says over speakers inside the glass.
His eyebrows go up. And he'll look at Matthias.
At who?
You.
Him either. But he has caused problems.
Yeah, I know.
And
What is this place? She
Oh.
asks the group, not the speaker. That doesn't really matter.
a light clicks on, and suddenly an adjacent room is lit up. And in it is...
A nozzle?
Ulfeed. But she's
Oh yeah, duh.
dressed differently.
Hi.
She suddenly
got you.
starts screaming. And she looks terrified and enraged. She runs up to her glass window and starts banging against it. You can't hear anything. It goes quiet in your room again.
Sigurd will wave at Ulfheed.
She's just like got her hands against the glass and she's, doing the reach out to your gesture, and tears are rolling down her face, and she's screaming obscenities at the ceiling. And at the people who are stood watching you on the other side of that glass.
Where are we in her timeline? I'll ask who's on the glass.
No response. Ew, feet. In the future, they switched back to the Imperial system.
Yeah, because it's better.
Change it to the new system.
Is anyone else's limbs in terrible, terrible pain?
No.
Oh, everything hurts. I'm just killing time while Luke does his thing.
Yeah, sorry.
You know, Lily, you should really work out more.
Really. Just wear some weights like an hour a day or something.
I work out 30 minutes a day on the stupid harness. On the space shuttle equipment that Oma made. Or Mom made.
There are 2 motorcycles in this glass box with you.
Yes.
Let's make sure to shut their engines off. I'm not sure about the ventilation in here.
They're electric, but yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Woogie, 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 woogie.
Boogie, woogie, woogie, woogie.
Although Violet's definitely has the mod on it, so it sounds like a
They're-
gas engine.
They're electric. I don't think that one made its way over to.
Oh, is that a sound effect for an electric car in America or something?
No.
So back in like
Oh,
the
Jesus.
mid 2000s, they had an issue with electric motorcycles in the States where they were too quiet.
Okay.
So people that would mod them would put like speakers on them to
Oh.
make them sound like they were running.
But the boogie woogie thing?
Electric.
It's electric.
It's electric.
Boogie, woogie, woogie, woogie.
No, that's new to me, sorry.
Oh god. Okay, I'm gonna put a YouTube link for you to listen to when we're done here.
But not till we're done.
Yep. Okay, we are approaching done.
Ing Tower.
Oh. Don't watch it.
Map and background. There we go. These were on the wrong page. Quiet, Dean. So yeah, they seem to be talking to Ulfeed right now, it looks like, and she's ignoring them and just staring at Sigrid and crying. But you can see the mouths moving, and they've moved over to in front of her.
Doesn't someone have lip reading here?
I think I actually do. I know at one point I definitely did. I do have lip reading.
On the nose.
Are you ready to cooperate now, Ulfeed? We have your daughter.
Oh shit.
What?
We can make
I'm
this
not-
very easy or very difficult.
Is there anything in here? Like, other than what we brought?
No. There is a grate on the floor in the center. A very fine mesh, but also really sturdy. Like if you step on it, it does not deform at all, and you can feel a gentle breeze coming after it like an AC.
Is Guy's bag here?
Oh yeah. Well, it's actually in my hand.
I'll just
I
walk
have
over
a
while he's
grenade
busy
left.
reading.
Mm-hmm.
And is there like a spanner in there or something?
Oh no. It's all sorts of guns and explosives and weird shit that you don't even know what it does, but there's nothing like tool-like. Maybe a knife. There's a knife in there.
There's Guy.
Ba-doom-tsh.
Can you break us out of here? Actually, does Matthias feel weird walking around now?
Probably, yeah.
I think
Look-
they'll put us right back after all of this shit is done.
I'm
Go on
not
up.
letting them take my granddaughter.
Would I be able to try my ability? Look, if I could try it outside of the box.
As you try to do it, you feel that there's nothing there. Like even targeted outside the box, there is something causing you to not be able to activate your powers.
How big is this grate, Luke?
Not very big. Maybe half a foot across, 6 inches by 6
Okay.
inches.
No. Well, I guess it's
Continuing
worth it.
conversation on the other side.
They carry on making some vague threats. And then they turn to all you and say, "You'll be separated shortly and placed in individual cells." And then the audio cuts off, but he carries on talking. Roll lip reading again, please, Guy. Who's not on the map, I'm now noticing.
Audrey's putting in her nasal filter because it feels like gas is coming.
What in the
uh,
actual fuck
I
is
think I can
that?
actually
we've
hear
got
him.
explosives.
There is a... They say, "What the fuck is that?" And his friend suddenly looks terrified, everyone sees.
Oh fuck, time spider.
And he says, "It's Nanfried!
Oh shit!
She's loose!" And those two start running. They turn and immediately start running. And kind of just disappear into darkness. Like, beyond about 4 florps from the edge of the glass. It is just darkness.
Hey, Luke.
Yeah.
She's obviously gonna try it.
Secret. You gonna shoot the
The
glass?
axe?
It
No.
doesn't actually do very well against a flat surface.
Oh, that's right.
She can still try.
We'll try shooting it instead.
No. Like Guy will put his hand on top of Sigurd's gun as she raises it up. And then he will breathe on the glass to fog it up. And as well as he can, backwards, right, send back.
Lily can read. Backwards.
Humble brag. Uh-huh. So, Guy fogs up the glass and writes that on it after stopping Sigurd from... Oh, you say that
Reading it, yeah.
to... You're writing it to Ulfeed, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Lily can put 2 and 2 together. She gets back too.
Oh, stand back.
No, send back.
Send back.
Oh, send back.
Maybe, I guess I could probably write more and say, tell her, send back. Not that she has any clue who's coming either.
But-
She has. She opens her mouth and then just stops and points over your shoulder. Violet, you've seen this as well. I should have absolutely made a character for this now. Out of the darkness to the east steps a very attractive young woman with bright red long hair tied back in a ponytail. She's wearing a black tank top, black short shorts, survival, like, army webbing with a whole...
Sarah Connor kind of deal.
Yeah, it's Sarah Connor in all black, but she's got bright green skin. And she is holding these 2 bizarro giant pistols, one in each hand. By bizarro, I just mean high-tech looking.
Sarah Connor is Sigurd's daughter.
She's got a toothpick in her mouth, and she just spits it out to the floor and aims the gun forward at the glass box.
Limps over to the side where the gun isn't.
Stands behind Sigrid.
Where the hell are we, guys?
She pulls.
Not too far from where we were, actually.
How could you possibly know that?
Because we're on Nirvana, just like
We're in the
70 years
future where he comes from.
Green
Who is
girl with
holding
gun,
us?
fucking glass. Everyone get down.
She pulls the trigger,
I roll.
and
I assume Sigrid doesn't get down.
nothing happens at first. Or at least you don't think. You could roll vision if you like.
I know what's happening. I don't need to roll vision.
I'm not staring directly at the thing that's about to flash.
I see it.
You see it. Pressed right up against the glass is the bullet. And you can see it spinning like real fast. Pressed up against it like it's trying to force its way through. And then suddenly it starts expanding like a spirograph. You cannot explain what you are seeing. But eventually there's a big 1.5 meter diameter circle of spinning spiral of shiny silver. And it falls through with the glass onto the inside gently.
He will slip his pistol out of his waistband and keep it hidden behind Sigurd's back.
Only had the one of those.
Is our powers still gone, or?
She looks over at you, Lily, and then she's like, "Oh, right, sorry." And with her other pistol, she pulls the trigger, pointing it at the ceiling, somewhere high above your two cells. She aims for like 2 seconds first, squinting slightly, and the gun makes a really strange sound. And then there's an explosion high above you, and suddenly you float, Lily.
How what do you call it? High up is the thing?
The explosion.
No, the box.
The box is about 4 meters tall.
So, because I've been fighting against gravity, I would immediately go up against the ceiling.
Yeah, like trying to push yourself up off the ground and then just dong.
Thanks for that. How can we get my mom out of that box?
Yeah, I get
And us out of this one?
Ulfheed. Step through hole, lazy. She,
the hole's large.
yeah,
It's a
it's big
meter.
enough to step through. Meter and a
Couple meters.
half diameter. She steps over and kind of gracefully and idly hops the entire 4 meters up onto the top of this box. Takes a few steps over and then just drops down in between the two and uses another one of those very strange bullets against the glass.
Thought you only had one of those.
Yeah. Let me check. Only one left. Okay, you guys. Who are you?
Who are you?
Nanfried. Locked up
I am
for
Ryan.
being a freedom fighter for the meta-humans. Ryan, never
Oh.
heard of you.
Real quick, did she get mom out?
She's about to. The thing
okay.
falls in, and then Ulfheed like immediately jumps out. The edge of the glass still glowing white hot where it fell in. And she runs out and practically tackles you to hug you,
Okay.
weeping.
We need to get out of this facility.
We need to get back to when we're supposed to be.
Yeah, no shit.
When?
What? Why?
We're going to the transport. Don't worry. It's the only way we get out of here. Don't nobody worry, Nanfried says.
Don't know that I necessarily want your help. No offense, but
hey. That's no way to talk to our rescuer.
it's a way to talk to a notorious terrorist.
Rolls her eyes. God damn, news travel fast.
Hi, I'm Lily.
Not my first time around.
You just been collected?
I Sigrid. Thank
We
you,
were-
Manfred.
We were just
Oh shit,
we
Sigrid.
were collateral.
Ulfried says, yes, Namfried, this is Sigrid. And they have to go back now.
Matthias pulls out a coin.
It weighs almost nothing, it feels like, in your hand. It's strange.
He's gonna think of Chan Yu.
You think you feel it gets slightly heavier for a second.
Hello, he'll think.
You get nothing.
He'll put it back.
Suddenly the lights turn off. You are all in pitch darkness.
Turn on the headlights.
Just before you turn your headlights on, there is a... And where Nanfried was stood, you see two little red dots appear where her eyes were. And they illuminate, like, the high-tech night vision hood goggles that she's put on.
Nice.
And,
I say we get out
We
of
need
here.
to get some of those.
I
and
think you understand how important it is that we get Sigrid back to the time we just left, right?
yeah, we're all leaving this time.
Yeah, where are you gonna go?
Who gives a shit? Go that way. She points. And Gig, you feel an urge to duck.
I'll duck.
There is a whizzing of bullets through the air a second afterwards. And she says, fuck, they're here. Just go south as far as you can. I'll meet you there. And she backflips into the darkness, shooting one of her guns off to the west as she goes. And you see
Violet, mind link, mind link.
floodlit, like, helmet
call.
lights whipping left and right, approaching from about 50 meters off to the west.
Mind link is going up.
Mind link goes up. I think that's about a good time to call it, though, honestly.
Yeah.
So, thanks very much for watching, everybody. I am Luke. I was the GM. We had, in reverse of the earlier order, Colin.
Hi, I'm Colin. I played Guy, who's back in his own time, and he hates it.
It's like when you get back off holiday. We had Everoth.
Hello, I was Ebra, playing Lucius 2D Lockhart. Just detectiving his way into a better nirvana.
Hey, Lucius. Your child
Yep.
is long dead.
Bastard, I'm gonna punch you!
Because of old age. They died
you
happy.
bastard.
Your great-grandchildren are fine. Your great-great-grandchildren are even better. We had Jared.
Yeah, I'm Jared. I played Matthias Oberlin. This is the wrong direction.
Yeah.
We had Lee.
Hi, I'm Lee. I play Audrey/Violet, and she's pretty happy about being in the future and is in no rush to go home.
Oh shit! Is this home now? New home. We had James.
Hey, I'm James. I play Sigrid. Sigrid learned that she's apparently actually really important.
Oh yeah. Nah.
He just let it slip. He just said it's really important to get Sigrid.
He did.
I did.
And we had Tara.
Hey, I am Tara, and I played Lily, who is the creator of Justice Superhero League Ventures team.
Cool. Cool name, bro. Cool team. It's got edge blood on it, so you know it's a cool team. Well, thanks very much for watching We're the Kobold Cafe. You can catch us just about everywhere at Kobold Cafe, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Patreon. We've got a website which is the Kobold Cafe. We'll be back on Thursday, finally, again with Little Ages, and then Friday again with this. I do have a post-credits scene.
Do it. Do it.
I haven't seen Lily all day, or Ulfheed. They're in the spectator stands. The barge is, gently floating around. There is some superstar pop sensation singing on stage. I haven't. Yeah, it's strange.
What year is this?
I'm
Smash
really
Mouth?
worried. Oh yeah, it's somebody. And then there is crack
walking on the sun.
of lightning. And everyone looks up. There is a solitary scream, followed by a cacophony of terror. The faces look up, and raining from the sky is the wreckage of a ship, all twisted and bent, corroded, rusted, falling from a few hundred meters above. Thanks for watching. Say bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye,
GG.
everybody.
Bye bye.